Oh, man. Hope you guys had a good Christmas. Hope Santa delivered everything you wanted. I know he didn't for me, so I appreciate that, kids.
Way to go, Santa.
Yeah. We're gonna do a little Christmas haul coming up in a little bit. Have you ever seen those? Have you seen those? The Christmas hauls on the old TikTok? I just want to say I'm thankful for everything I got, and I'm very blessed. So in my stocking, I got a Birkin bag. Right? It's insane. It is insane. But yeah.
I'm still going through everything. I don't think I'll be finished till around February.
I know. So this one here, this is great. I really wanted this, but I know if I was going to get it. And I didn't know what color, so my mom got me both. Then I wanted to go skiing, and we went here. And then I'm just like, okay, all right. Very nice, very nice. Hope everybody had a good, nice little break. Now it's cool. Work Monday, Tuesday. Again, a little reverse here. Off 3 days plus the weekend. Should make the weekend 5 days. I think 4 days would be good.
Joan's in for you on Wednesday.
Oh, that's right. How about that? Go, Joan, go. Go, Joan, go. What days are you off?
Just the two company days, Thursday and Friday.
Man, it's so quiet downstairs.
It's a freaking ghost town down there.
It's normally a ghost town, but today it's like one of those things where like, whoa, this really is no, but does anybody even work here?
There's big spiders making their webs down there.
It's the end of the month. It's the end of the quarter. It's the end of the year. The only thing they're worried about is making their nut, and they did.
It's got tumbleweeds.
And big spiders making
Huge.
their webs.
Just massive. Crazy indeed. How was your vacation / holiday, young Ken?
Didn't last long enough.
No, it doesn't. Never does.
Never does.
I
could have swore yesterday I was just getting home to New Year's Eve.
It's crazy, right?
And here we are.
I mean, Christmas Eve?
No, New Year's is coming up.
Yeah, Christmas Eve. New Year's Eve. See?
You don't even know. Oh, my God. You can't even. What did you guys do?
Sat around, watched movies, played games.
What kind of
we
games?
watched movies, played games.
Oh, yeah? You broke the cardinal rule.
We just did it all, man.
You broke the cardinal rule. You watched a Christmas movie after Christmas. That's like feeding one of those little things after midnight.
Yeah, I didn't even realize what I was doing. Watched the Jim Carrey Christmas Carol.
Dude, you can't do that. Okay? You can't.
Yeah, man.
You can't. You can't do any of that stuff. I am, my son, black shirt. He bought this for me at the airport before he boarded the plane. That's what he got me. That was my Christmas. There you guys go. Merry Christmas.
What'd your wife get you?
Yeah.
But Charlie got you the best gifts.
Charlie drew me a whole bunch of little pictures and stuff. That was all I cared about. And she was over the moon. You know, she comes out and the kids, we got all the kids they got all the fun stuff. That's what it was all about. But Charlie, she drew me some pictures. She thought it was cool. This is you as Santa Claus, Dad. I'm like, that's all I care about. And she homeschools, so we got her a desk that's a art desk, so she can tip it up and draw and stuff.
Yeah.
Today, I go in there. I go, what are you? She's like, Dad, I'm talking. I'm in the middle of school. All right. I'm like, school, you're on vacation. And she's watching Gumball, this TV show. It's like Family Guy, but for kids. Kind of funny. And she's watching it, and she's like writing nothing. She's like, I'm in the middle of school, Dad. I'm like, okay.
She's getting ready.
She is. She's super pumped. But it was not, you know what? The rest is what I needed. The rest. And my kids got me nothing, so that was good. Jack, I looked at him, I said, dude, are you serious? I go, you bought this at the airport? Dad, it's Tony Hawk's this new Mexican restaurant.
This is why I won't pay for your hockey anymore.
Ever. You turd. Oh, my God. The cat got more than I did. Oh, my Lord.
And some pets, too.
Yeah, the pets. The pets got a lot of stuff. Mugwise. See, they were called Mugwise. I was going to say something. I thought, that sounds racist. Mugwise. But it was just nice resting. I tell everybody, you get to a certain age, guys, you guys know this. It's like, I don't want to go anywhere. What do you want to do? Nothing.
Yeah.
I had to go pick Jack up at the airport, and because normally my wife goes, and so it was, first of all, the parking was a nightmare, and you're driving and they've got cones up everywhere because it seems no matter how many times you come back, you could do a loop and the cones would move because they're already working on something else. So you go and you park, you go in there, and I'm just standing there waiting, and his plane's landed, but now they can't find a gate. Waiting. He's in the back. Of course he is. Oh, and he walks like, the world's coming to an end. And when I last saw him, he was 5'10"-ish. He's a 6 foot now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It happens fast.
Oh, my Lord. It's just incredible. So, and then you know what? I watched no news. I didn't watch one thing of news.
I didn't either.
I didn't care.
I loved it.
I didn't.
I have no idea what's been happening.
No. I turned on, finally I looked at some stuff yesterday. I go, so we're going to go to war with Iran. How about those apples?
That's the same here. I looked and I thought, oh, well.
So how about those
Iran's
apples?
president says they're at war with
Yeah,
us.
yeah. I mean, he doesn't make any of the decisions, but there you go.
But okay.
That sounds like something you want to do.
I spent the majority of my time watching YouTube videos of East Idaho News giving away Secret Santa presents.
So if you guys have never seen this, it is awesome. Now, you lived in Idaho.
I did. I lived in West Idaho.
East Idaho. There. How much is out there, Ken?
Nothing. Not much.
Nothing. Right?
Not much.
So there's this East Idaho News, and this guy puts on his little hat and he goes around to all these.
One of the reporters named Nate.
Nate, yeah. And they've been doing it for years. If you guys have never seen it, and it's like they get millions of views on these, but then you go there. What was some of the stuff today? How to make the best pie.
Yeah. The best cheesy garlic mashed potatoes.
Yeah, it's like stuff
recipes.
like that. But this guy he's anonymous. And what did he start with? 500 grand given out?
Yeah, the first year they did it, he donated 500 grand, and I think that lasted a couple years. But now they're up to their 9th year, and they're doing $2 million a year.
Wow.
And nobody's to know who
East
he is.
Idaho's a lot of money.
Yeah, yeah. So somebody just said, I love Nate. He's the bomb. He is. He's the bomb.com.
Yeah, you got Idaho Falls over there, Pocatello.
The Pocatello.
And that's right up against Yellowstone National Park.
But they give out, I mean, they'll go and they're like, we bought you a car. And
Wow.
nobody's supposed to know. We bought you. What was the one? The lady was super excited because her kitchen burned down or whatever.
Yeah, she was a baker, and that was how she made her living in her home, and her stove quit working. So they bought her a new stove, and they gave her like a $500 gift card to Bed Bath & Beyond, which she was more excited about because she got to go buy brand new kitchen utensils.
That's it.
Yes, sir.
Better hurry,
That's
though.
grateful right there. That's being grateful.
Yeah, better hurry, though, because I'm not quite sure Bed Bath & Beyond's going to be there much longer. But it was so, I watched no news. I watched Christmas movies every day up until Christmas, and then I watched Nobody 2, I watched some sports, I watched the greatest bowl game of all, the Pop-Tart Bowl.
The Pop-Tart Bowl.
Have you ever seen the Pop-Tart Bowl?
Never. Which one was that New Mexico?
No, they were in the mortgage right bowl. The Pop-Tart Bowl it's Pop-Tarts.
Right.
But I don't think you guys have any idea how insane the game is, because there are giant Pop-Tarts, people dressed up like giant Pop-Tarts running around all day, doing all kinds of stuff, getting into all kinds of trouble. This is where they unveil the new taste for the Pop-Tarts this year, the new flavors. But on top of that, everything is Pop-Tart related. You want nachos? They're Pop-Tart nachos. It's all this stuff. But the best thing is, the trophy is this giant trophy that's silver with a football that's actually a working toaster. Then they bring out a toaster that it's massive. It's huge. And they decide which Pop-Tart dies. And they put it in there, and then they pull it down, and he disappears, and then this giant Pop-Tart comes out, and then everybody eats it. And they have all of their friends that have died. They have like a ring of honor for all the Pop-Tarts that have died. It's like watching Sigmund the Sea Monster, but they're Pop-Tarts. It is you couldn't explain it to people around the world. You're like, no, let me tell you about our Pop-Tart game. Like, what are you guys talking about? Pop-Tarts.
That's like at the Cheez-It Bowl. They have a big trophy with a big bowl, and it's full of Cheez-Its.
Yes. Yes. It's just, if you've never seen the Pop-Tarts, it was spectacular. I've watched it every year. And, there are people dressed as Pop-Tarts. and they go up on top of the Pop-Tart thing, and then they sacrifice one of the Pop-Tarts, and it really goes into this thing, and it looks like it, and it comes out, and there's actually like a half-eaten one just on the ground that's big. It's just great.
Sounds kind of satanic.
It is a little bit, yes, but you know what? It's Pop-Tart, so it's all in good fun. It's all in good fun. Yeah, but I looked at no news. I was like, oh, so Ukraine, we didn't fix that. So...
Yeah, apparently
they bombed him. Did they pick this weekend to bomb his house?
And they are closer than they have ever been to a peace deal, which is what they have said 2 previous times.
I thought this was solved on day 1.
Yeah, that's not. Well, now it's over because they bombed his house, and he says he's done. I don't even know what that means.
They bombed Zelensky's house?
No, they bombed the Russia claims that Ukraine attacked Putin's residence with 91 drones.
Oh, there you
Kremlin
go.
changing the ceasefire terms. What a shocker! It's my shock face.
Putin's just waiting. He's waiting out to 28.
He's got no reason to do anything. Why would he? He's got zero reason.
He clearly did not expect this kind of reach from them, though.
Well,
they've blown up an oil refinery. They've blown up 2 Air Force bases of his.
Yeah.
Now they're hitting his residence.
Yeah, according to him. But notice that this weekend they were at, Zelensky was at Mar-a-Lago, and they're there, and, we're closer than we've ever been, blah, 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 blah. And he's agreeing to all this stuff. And then magically they hit his residence. Because no matter what they give him, they can give him everything today, and Putin will figure out a way to go, nope, I want something else.
Well, and we're not going to let them attack Russia.
No, that's the big thing. We're not going to let them attack Russia. We're not giving them tomahawks. We're not giving them any of the things they've asked for. So, because they don't want to turn it into an offensive war. So this is what you've got. So nothing's going to happen out of this. We're not attacking. Iran's not attacking us. They said they're at war with us in Europe and wherever else they're supposed to be at war with.
And again, it's the president of Iran who basically you just wear a hat and maybe they give you a shiny whistle.
Maybe, but they got bigger issues because they're in the streets today in mass. They're close to collapse.
Really?
Yeah, they're absolutely. If you guys, because I follow a lot of like Tehran news and stuff, I'll go look it up. Their currency is collapsed. All the stores, for the most part, are closed. They're over it, and they want this all to be done. So he's, that's why he came out and said something. And this is why you don't attack them. If you attack them, right, when they're close to maybe pushing them over the edge, what are you going to do? You're going to unify them. Just let them be. They're close to falling apart. It is what it is. But yeah, they're really in some serious trouble. They're kind of like Cuba at this point.
Just hanging by a thread.
Hanging by a thread, kids. Hanging by a thread. A lot of stuff to get to today. Fun stuff, good stuff, maybe some cereal stuff. You don't know.
Cereal stuff.
We're at war. We're at war. No, we're not. Well, we bombed Venezuela some time ago. Last week? Today?
2 days ago or something.
Yeah. So what we did, I don't know. Because Venezuela hasn't said anything. So it was a super secret. We'll talk about that, among other things. Hope you guys had a good one. I'm going to be here today, tomorrow, and then we're going to be off until next week. And then we hit the ground in earnest on the 5th. Oh, man. I got so excited like 2 weeks ago. You're just building up to your vacation, just building up to your time off, and then you got through half of it, and you're like, oh, God.
It's almost
Can we
over.
save the earnest until maybe the 7th? So
Maybe
we
the
have
7th,
a couple
yeah.
of days to recover.
Yeah. The first 2 days will be like, you're lucky we're here.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. But then by Thursday, Friday, it's on.
Just give me a big bottle of Hibernal, and I'll see you guys in April.
That sounds good. I like that. We're all doing that, kids. You missed the show. Shame on you. Grab the podcast. Chad Ben Show. 997. Oh, kids, Bulwark Capital wants to help you as we're heading into the new year. AI bubble? Possible tech bubble? Absolutely. Global conflicts? Yeah. Let them help you with your portfolio. That's what I want you to do. Talk to my friends over at Bulwark Capital. Simple and easy. They're going to give you a free review of your portfolio. They call it the Know Your Risk Portfolio Review. It's absolutely free to you. They're going to share what they're all about. Low risk, lower cost, lower volatility. How they get you the most upside potential. And the reason is simple. Value investing fundamentals. That's what they do at Bulwark. So, and you get direct access to them. You get insights from them daily. This is not like one of those things where you just put into this machine and you don't hear from anybody. They were up huge this year, massive, almost 40% above what the market did. So that's a pretty good year. And why is that? Value investing. So what I want you to do, sign up today for the free Know Your Risk portfolio review. Go to knowyourriskpodcast.com, KNOWyourriskpodcast.com to sign up for the free Know Your Risk review of your portfolio. knowyourriskpodcast.com. Investment advisory service offered through Trek Financial LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Investment involved risk, not a guarantee. Past performance is not guaranteed future results. Trek 26351.
Hey, this is Pastor Al, and join us on Super Talk 99.7, Sunday evenings from 7 to 8. We're going to look at the news from a biblical perspective.
Selling your home can be stressful, but it doesn't have to be. Get a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. There are no showings, no open houses, no stress. Work with the #1 real estate team in the U.S. and close with confidence. Go to markspain.com today.
Prize Picks. Let me tell you something about Prize Picks. Right, for a lot of you, your season's probably over, right? Your fantasy season, but Prize Picks is America's #1 fantasy sports app for a reason. Chance to win up 2,000 times your money. It is all about the knowledge, not of the teams, but of the players that you know and love. You're picking more or less based on projected stats of these players, and it is incredible. And there's so many awesome things you can do with Prize Picks, including snacks. They've got injury reboots. If somebody gets injured, they get early payouts as well. And here's the other great thing. When you download the Prize Picks app today and you play your first $5 lineup, so that's 2 more players, you're going to get $50 instantly in lineups just for using my code Chad. What? That's what I'm talking about. So take the knowledge you know and start winning today with my friends over at Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app. Use my code Chad to get $50 instantly in lineups with Prize Picks. Guaranteed win or lose after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Must be 21 in Tennessee. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789.
Iran's president says they're at war with us, Israel, and Europe. And police in Nashville say a man threatened to shoot everybody up at a Kroger on Charlotte Pike. These stories and more at 12:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
We're at war, I say. Gone a few days. Didn't know we're at war. Come back. We're at war. He can't
Kroger
declare
too,
anything.
apparently.
Huh?
With Kroger, too,
Oh,
apparently.
yeah, Kroger. Don't watch out at the Kroger. Iran can't do anything. Iran wouldn't do anything. You can give a nuclear bomb now. They wouldn't do a thing. They wouldn't. You know why? Because they understand. Just like North Korea does. Mutually assured destruction is us and China, Russia and us, right? That's like, okay, take your best shot, but the worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to injure somebody's toe. And then what? Then you're going to die. They recognize that. They do. So, no, we're not going to go to war. And he has no power. He's not the Grand Mufti, the supreme leader. Right? That guy has the power. This guy, not so much. Like you said, he just wears a different hat, runs around. We're going to go to war. Better watch out.
Death to America.
Death to America. Death to Israel. Death, 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 death. So, yeah, somebody, it's so funny. And BB's here today, too. That's the other thing. And I know Matt talked about it last week. We might be bombing them again. And I keep saying we didn't blow up. We dropped those bunker busters. We hit a few things, but we told them for months we were coming. And what did they do? They ran away and hit it all. Duh. They're not going to give up. They're not going to give up at all. And so what? We're going to, go all the time and do this once every 3 or 4 months because BB comes here, and BB's under a lot of pressure right now. People are over it. They're kind of over him. There's growing noise out there in the Bibi Netanyahu world, and he's out here for the umpteenth time visiting today. I'm sure trying to figure out who else we could bomb for him. But you got to understand, no, you know what? We just had Christmas, okay? We just celebrated the birth of the Lord. So, no, we're not doing any of this stuff. All right, we got the new year. We're turning over a new leaf. We're just loves and hugs, high fives to everybody. We're going to stay in our own lane.
BB's looking skinny.
Yeah, he's probably a little stressed. He must have some court dates coming up. That's why he wants to bomb some stuff. I'm still trying to figure out, have you any idea, Ken, what we bombed in Venezuela?
All I know is what Trump said today, some sort of facility where they think they might have been making drugs.
Okay. All right. That's it. That's what we did. I know we got ISIS in Nigeria over the weekend, and the people in the village are like, there's no ISIS here, right? We're just like a regular old village. Not anymore, you're not. Oh!
Yeah, some local reports and videos on X suggest an explosion at an industrial zone in Maracaibo on Christmas Eve. A warehouse reportedly burned.
And that...
Though there's nobody's really talking about a connection to any military action.
Okay, so we just maybe blew something up because who knows why. I don't know why. I don't know if this was sending a message to him or to say that we could get you. He knows we can get to him.
Oh, yeah.
He knows. But he's not the one I worry about. I worry about if he leaves and then his underlings are all there and they control the military. And then the other people come in and say, well, we're now the real rightful rulers of Venezuela. And the president, they're not going to go down without a fight. And that's when it devolves into insanity. We don't want that. We don't want that. I'm telling you guys that right now. All right, coming up. Most dangerous jobs in America. We have those top 10. Also, where does Tennessee rank on the worst places to date? Is it in the top 10 of worst?
You mean places to go out on dates? Or
just to find somebody, to go on a date, to meet somebody, to break bread for the first time. We'll talk a little bit about the Somalians.
Pass me the butter.
Pass me the butter. The Somalians taking what is it, Somalians? What was the dollar term? Remember
Somalians?
Yeah, there you go. See, that's a tough one to get through, guys. So we'll talk a little bit about that as well. A bunch of other good stuff on the way. But the top 10 most dangerous, crazy jobs in America. What do you bet? I'm going to say, what do you bet? Not many women doing these jobs. What do you bet that? Kylie? I got some good Kylie, too. We're going to play some, because we're not going to be here for White Woman Wednesday. So don't worry, I got some good Kylie. I picked some good stuff up for the holiday season. Just what you guys ordered. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. We got a hard freeze on the way tonight, folks. Tell you about it during the full forecast in 5 minutes. As Israel's prime minister is meeting with President Trump in Florida, Iran making a declaration against the two nations, and more. Here's ABC's James Longman.
President Pezeshkian says his country is in a full-scale war with the U.S., Israel and Europe, saying the West does not want Iran to stand on its feet. He also claimed the military is stronger than it was when the U.S. and Israel targeted Iran's nuclear sites over the summer. Now, Iran's president is not the key decision-maker in Iran. That is the supreme leader. But these comments look timed to provoke maximum reaction ahead of Netanyahu's meeting with Trump today.
Well, here in Nashville, police say a man threatened to shoot everyone at the Kroger on Charlotte Pike, sparking a tense confrontation. Officers identified the suspect as 37-year-old Timothy Patton, who they say was drunk and tried to run away. During the arrest, Patton allegedly injured an officer before being taken into custody. He's facing several charges, including assault and burglary. A new law taking effect January 1st will create Tennessee's first ever domestic violence offender registry. Called Savannah's Law, it was passed after Deputy Savannah Puckett was murdered in her home by an ex-boyfriend with a history of abuse. The registry will be public, free, and searchable online through the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. State leaders say it's a major step toward protecting victims. That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
As the year draws to an end, what are you going to do when it comes to your taxes? You know, Beacon Capital Management can help you with that. Beacon can do a lot of things, including there are certain things in the One Big Beautiful Bill that you're going to be able to take advantage of, but you better hurry. And there's also some issues out there for people who haven't taken some of that money they're supposed to be taking out of their accounts that you should be talking to Beacon about. Top of that, Beacon handles, yes, the dollars and cents of it all, but there are other things out there as well. Things like insurance, things like long-term care insurance, which is super important. Healthcare, estate planning, tax planning, you name it, they do it all. The best thing to do is sit down and talk with them. You give them a call today. They're local. Sit down with them. Ask them the questions you have. Maybe you need one of these. Maybe you need all of these. Beacon can help you with that. Call Beacon today, 615-488-9303. Get yourself a free personalized financial consultation. That's 615-488-9303. Check them out online at beaconcm.com. beaconcm.com. For Beacon Capital Management, this is a paid placement. Ba-na, ba-na. Some people are not thrilled that Bibi Netanyahu is here and asking for more money and more war. And I'm writing them back. You can always write us here. Bell, tell everybody the text line. We love when you guys do.
615-737-9986.
Is it tough to date in Tennessee? It's a new report.
Hasn't been for me lately.
No. No, Bell's got the moves, guys. He's so groovy. He's got the moves. But for other people, they don't have those moves. So there's a new report out on the 10 toughest states to date in. Okay? So it's the Dating Difficulty Index. Are you ready? So the way they do this is 6 common factors from population and the percentage of single people in it to the expense for the average date, okay? Online stuff, the cost of that as well, how much people are spending on dating apps, just little things like that. But the big thing is, because we've got one of there's if you live in Nashville proper, I mean, it's not hard to find a bar or somewhere to go hang out. And they base it 0 to 100. So the state that struggles the most, Utah. It's easy to get married, but it's hard to date. Oh, Chad. Their dating difficulty, so the higher the score, the closer to 100, the worse it is. 98.89. We are number 6. Rate of single people, about 50%. Okay? But then you get to the average cost of the date, we're up there, $116. We got a lot of bars. Number of bars per 100,000, though, right? When you get outside of, this is just Tennessee proper, is 5 to every 100,000 people. Number of restaurants, about 7,000. So when you start looking it up, and this is the other thing, the dating-related searches are way down. So we score about an 85. So it's tough to date here. It's not impossible. Easiest places, if you're looking for a hookup, Rhode Island, apparently, super easy. South Dakota, Louisiana, we know about that. We're related. It's no big deal. New York, North Dakota, Oregon, Illinois, Montana. But Utah, Washington, Maine, Idaho, Alabama, us, Texas, Hawaii, Virginia, New Jersey, Massachusetts. There it is, kids. It's tough to date here. It is. It's tough. It's at the expense of it, too. Man, I'll hear people talk about how expensive it is to date. And I'm like, my God. They're like, yeah, I'm going to go bankrupt just dating. That's a crappy thing right there. And what's the etiquette in today's world? Because women want to be nothing but equal. Do you pick up the tab if you're a guy? Do you not? Do you meet for dinner? Do you meet for like a drink?
I was always raised that, if you're a gentleman, you pay the bill.
That's what I was always too.
I also, at the same time, if I don't see some kind of at least an offer to reciprocate, I'm like, okay, you're taking advantage and you don't have any.
Yeah.
You can't shoot a little back at me.
Yeah. Just act like you care. What's the first, and this is the other thing. What do they say? For a guy, it's within 3 or 5 seconds of meeting somebody if they could tell they want to do, hang out, talk to this person more.
Yeah, hang out.
Yeah. Or anything. Visual, because we're visual creatures, but we're also, we could tell if you're an awful person. It's not hard. Trust me, I'm going to play some of these Christmas haul things. These chicks are hot, but whoo! Man, there's just that's a mess right there. But I didn't know, what's the dating, because I always thought, hey, you're a guy, you ask somebody on a date, you pick up the tab. But do you even go anymore to, do you go get, is it first let's go get a drink, let's go get coffee? And you see some of these women, it's if you're not taking me to, I'm like, settle down. Settle down. So we'll see. Of course, you pick up the tab. It's all about equity until it comes time to pay, right? If you're trying to find a mate at a bar, no, it's not so much finding a mate at a bar. It's having some place to go that's, not CrossFit. don't go to CrossFit. My single days not too long ago, I had a different woman every night of the week except Saturday and Sunday. That's because I had to recuperate and get a second job to pay for stuff. Yeah, so I don't know. It just seems like it's an expensive thing nowadays to date, like all the time. And as you get old, it is funny because when you're younger, you put on the guys like, yeah, this is how cool I am. Then you get older and you're like, look, this is my baggage. What's yours look like? Do you have like carry-on or is there other stuff? The dangerous jobs in the world. Are you guys ready for them? Can you even handle the most dangerous jobs in the world? And what do you guys bet? I'm going to throw this out there, that these are not like working at a nail salon. I'm not trying to be mean if you work at a nail salon. I'm just telling you guys, this is not one of those things. Now, this is in no particular order. I think we know which one's probably the most dangerous. Garbage collectors. Very dangerous. Are you ready for this? They have one of the highest fatality rates. 41.4.
Garbage collectors?
Falling off the truck and getting run over?
Yeah, I guess so. Apparently, the danger posed by traffic and high-powered hydraulic crushers.
I believe it.
My God. Loggers, obviously, huge. Right? Huge loggers. Always are on these. They've made it safer, but it's still, you come down those streets. It's nature. And nature, as you know, will mess you up. Roofer.
Yeah.
Very dangerous. Roofer. Significant amount of fatalities on the job. Financially, you can do okay, but compared to a lot of the injuries they're seeing, no. Truck driver. That I see.
Cops.
Yep, cops. Firefighter and police are on here as well. Firefighters have a mortality rate of 27 per 100,000, which is crazy.
Man.
But then you think about the fact that almost double that is what the garbage collectors have.
Wow.
Iron and steel workers. Middle of the road salary for a dangerous job. And their danger comes from the more injuries than fatalities. Police, obviously. Farm manager, which I didn't know. What's a farm manager? I feel like if you're a manager, you take less risk. Like farmer, you think you take more. But the farm manager is very dangerous. Although it pays $90K a year on average. Again, these are all electrical power line technician. I don't do electricity. I tell my son, I do plumbing before I do electricity. Everybody's got to poop, but maybe they come up with nuclear and then what? But you know what? You make one wrong thing, you're degloved or dead. And pilot. 31.3 per 100,000 fatality rate. Mostly the smaller planes, obviously, non-commercial. But they make the most out of all these, though. On average, almost 200,000 a year. It's good money if you can get it.
Yeah, but you have to have like very specific skills and.
Yeah, you do. Well,
that's why the airlines love to hire ex-military.
Absolutely, they do. They love to hire ex-military, and that's a huge though. I was watching because I see all these like doctor salaries, which always make me laugh. Like some of these people, how much they make, and because our doctors, nobody else really comes anywhere close to what our doctors make. You very rarely you can find any doctor in the world making $1 million. You'll find a lot of those. Some people listening now might make $1 million being a doctor. But the pilots, they've got one for pilots, and they're posting their pay stubs, and they're making some of the bigger captains making $500,000 to $600,000 a year. Yeah, it's an important job.
You also have the required age requirement, the age requirement for retirement.
Yes.
So that halts you right in your tracks because they decide when you retire at a certain point, and you can't go, I want to keep going. Nope, too bad.
Although they're bringing them back at high rates of speed because of there's a shortage of pilots right now. There's a shortage of pilots. So And they're hiring, and you get those tiny planes, the ones with like one seat and then two seats. Can it go this high? I don't think so, but we're going to try it. I don't like getting on those planes. Just like when you were talking about getting on the propeller planes. Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah. I'd never had to walk out on, I never had to exit the airport to get on my plane. There was no walking down that long little mobile tunnel. It was just a pair of steps.
In Long Beach, California, their airport is super like 1950s, and it's just the coolest airport in the world. But you have to get on the plane. You have to walk. You check your ticket, and you walk straight outside, and then you walk up the stairs. You're outside on the tarmac and right into the airplane. And they put them in both sides, too, which is cool.
I had to fly so many of those planes when I did record promotion. If I was going to small markets like Abilene or Amarillo or El Paso.
Oh, but I flew to New York out of Long Beach with I forgot the blue whatever, one of those, JetBlue. And it's at 737, but the cool thing I like is they have the back and the front where you could both get on. So you don't have to wait if you're in the back to get off.
Yeah.
Which is cool. But so those are the dangerous jobs out there. And you know what else is dangerous? Dating.
Yeah.
Tennessee. So expensive. Not for Bell, though. Bell's got all kinds of ladies after him.
Oh, stop it.
All kinds of ladies after him, guys.
I'm seeing one person right now.
All kinds of ladies after him. He-Man Woman Haters Club. I don't even know what that means. No, men only pay the bill until they've been burned a few times. So
you
that's
don't know
true.
what the He-Man Woman Haters Club is?
No, what is that?
That's Larry Moe and Curly.
No, it was our gang, and Alfalfa decided he wanted to be with Darla, and what's his name? Spanky gave him crap. It was like, what about the He-Man Woman Haters Club you're supposed to be a member of? And he goes like, I'm sorry, Spanky, I got to live my own life.
Yeah, you do.
And REO Speedwagon used that as the intro to Tough Guys on the High Fidelity album.
Did they get sued?
Nope.
He-Man Woman Haters Club. Coming up, who knows? More fun stuff. A lot of stuff still to get to today. Yeah, we're going to talk a little about Somalia stuff later. More about the crazy weather going on outside. If you're traveling, be careful. It's cold. We're telling you that right now. Chad Ben Show, Super Talk 99.7. Relief Factor. Let me tell you something about Relief Factor. You guys want to make sure you feel better. Don't start the year sore. Don't start the year in a situation where you got muscles that are sore. As we get older, it sucks, right? Your shoulders hurt, your arms hurt. Relief Factor is going to help you with that. They've got 4 key ingredients, right? You can take it every single day. It's natural. All right, you get omega-3 fatty acids, resveratrol, curcumin, icariin. Each support the body's inflammatory response from a different metabolic pathway. So this helps when you overexert yourself. And let me tell you something. Since I've started taking it, and since my wife has started taking it, she takes it every single day you can. It is amazing to come home and to not feel like the world's just kicked you in the butt. Because we sit down all day and we're working, we're doing stuff. This stuff helps your recovery process. You're going to love it. I want you to try it right now. Right, there's a quick start, 3-week quick start. It's $19.95. So less than a cup of coffee a day. You will definitely experience the difference for yourself. I want you to try it now. This is what you do. You go to relieffactor.com. That's relieffactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF. 800-4-RELIEF for Relief Factor. Make sure you tell them Chad sent you.
Two women at a Madison bus stop talking religion. One of them pulls a knife. I got that story coming up at 1 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
We're not going to be here Wednesday, but doesn't mean we can't have a little white girl. Wait, excuse me. White woman Wednesday. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sorry about that. I don't even know if you identify as a woman, but let's do a little Kylie.
We need to talk about something serious because TikTok has become a breeding ground for anorexic content. And I'm not talking about the content that's like, oh my God, skinny talk, skinny inspo, guys, get your summer bods. That's already sinister in and of itself. But I'm talking about the content that is literally saying, do not eat. You are ugly the way you are, and you will look significantly better if you don't pick up that fork and you go sit down and you make yourself dizzy and you make yourself sick and you throw up. That's the kind of that I'm talking about. And this is a direct reflection of what is going on in society right now of conditioning women to hate themselves and the direct rise of the 2000s skinny culture and celebrities getting their BBLs removed and people not wanting to have a fat ass anymore, of wanting to have abs and be 2000s skinny. And here are some of the content. I just want you to see how alarming it is. There are girls talking about how they don't want to eat and how they get mad at their mothers for making them eat even just an apple. And here are some of the comments. It's literally so dystopian. And anorexia is dangerous. It has one of the highest fatality rates for eating disorders. So people need to start taking this seriously.
You know what else is dangerous? Being 400 pounds. So skinny talk. And by the way, are there people out there that you push this insanity? Yes. But so much of it is the stuff that she was pointing to. It's just regular people going, hey, New Year's here. You don't want to be gross. You want to be able to see your toes this year, not sweat when it's cold? It's not. Kylie, you got to stop getting on people. What's the skinny fad of, I thought being fit was a good thing. Oh, that's right. It's not anymore. It's racist. Everything's racist. Racism is everywhere, especially with skinny talk. They've got rich talk. They've got skinny talk. So rich talk is easy. We're going to talk about it next hour. The amount of stuff that people got for Christmas. Even people are like, it's poor. They're living poor. And I'm like, that seems like a lot. I mean, it's not, they were getting a ton of stuff, but some people out there, I mean, my God, you don't even know what a regular world is. You have no idea. I mean, it's crazy. But the skinny talk, I didn't think there was a fad back in the 2000s to not be fat. Somehow we went away from that. We thought, you know what? Instead of you getting anorexia, which again, we talk about how bad it is, but if you're overweight, we can't say a thing about that. Yes, Bill.
It's a known medical condition with both psychological and physical elements to it. And that's okay to talk about. But something like morbid obesity that has a known psychological element to it and a physical component, you get your ass ripped if you talk about that.
You do. I mean, he's absolutely right. It's so bizarre that we live in this weird, well, I'm not damning you for the way you look, right? Nobody's damning you for that. We're just saying healthy is better. We all try to be a little healthier, be good. You know what else it would do? It would help our medical world and our healthcare a lot. Bring some of those rates down that aren't going to be coming down. Coming up next hour, talk a little New Year's, talk a little weather, talk some other chaos and craziness as well. If you're missing the show, shame on you. Grab the podcast. Check out Super Talk 99.7.
One o'clock on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Heading into a deep freeze tonight. Tell you about it during the full forecast in 5 minutes. President Trump says the U.S. has targeted a facility in Venezuela that could be related to drug trafficking. The president made the comments during an interview with WABC Radio in New York.
They have a big plant or a big facility where they send where the ships come from. 2 nights ago, we knocked that out. So we hit them very hard.
So this would be the first known land strike by the U.S. in Venezuela under Trump's recent counter-narcotics campaign. And as Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is meeting with President Trump in Florida today, one country now targeting not only these two allies, but the entire West in their latest declaration, says James Longman.
President Pezeshkian says his country is in a full-scale war with the U.S., Israel and Europe, saying the West does not want Iran to stand on its feet. He also claimed the military is stronger than it was when the U.S. and Israel targeted Iran's nuclear sites over the summer. You'll remember back in June, President Trump ordered an attack on 3 of Iran's nuclear facilities using bunker-buster bombs and cruise missiles.
Here in Nashville, a woman faces felony charges after allegedly threatening another person with a knife at a Madison bus stop. Police say the argument started over religion outside the Walmart on Gallatin Pike North on Sunday evening. The suspect, 54-year-old Jennifer Chambly, admitted pulling a switchblade during the dispute. She was arrested inside the store and booked for aggravated assault. Metro Police say they responded to reports of a man threatening to shoot up a Kroger in West Nashville, the one on Charlotte Pike. Officers say Timothy Patton resisted arrest, injured an officer during the struggle. No gun was found, but Patton had stolen merchandise in his backpack, and they say he was drunk. He's being held on more than $31,000 bond for multiple charges. And beginning in the new year, Tennessee will launch the nation's first registry for repeat domestic violence offenders. Savannah's law, named for Deputy Savannah Puckett, requires certain convicted offenders to register if ordered by the court. The database will be maintained by the TBI and will be available online at no cost. Officials say the law aims to save lives and increase transparency. See what's going on at the pumps lately?
Gas prices fell in the U.S. for the 5th consecutive week. Gas Buddy says the national average for a gallon of regular is $2.75, 4 cents lower than a week ago. Overall, that price is 22.6 cents lower than this time last month, 22.4 cents lower than this time last year. Analysts believe the prices will bottom out at some point in the next 2 months.
Middle Tennessee's at $2.43 a gallon, down more than 30 cents from last year, according to Gas Buddy. And that's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
New Year's. I'm excited. I'm going to do nothing. That's what I've decided. New Year's, nothing. Not a thing. It's amateur hour. It's not my jam. What are you're doing something for New Year?
Yeah, I'm going out to see a band.
Are they a good band?
Yeah, the girl I'm seeing thinks so.
So that's a no.
No, I like them. I like them. I just don't know them that well.
What kind of music? Is it polka?
No, it is. It's really kind of. They call themselves space disco.
You know what? Don't even. If it's not polka, I'm not listening. It's not Weird Al, by the way. So my daughter's here too, right? She goes home tomorrow, so she's flying out from Arizona, and they went to McKay's or somewhere. I don't know, one of these big thrift like thing. She got a Weird Al. She got one of their accordions. The accordion thing.
Oh, branded?
Yeah, it's a Weird Al one.
Wow.
It is. The other day, we're just sitting there, and all of a sudden you hear, because, nobody really knows how to play it except for Weird Al and some people who play polka. But, yeah, if it's not electric polka, I don't know if I can do it.
Okay, Mr. Punk Rock.
If it's not electric polka, I don't think I can listen to that kind of music. I don't know about that. Apparently, we're at war with Iran. Nobody else knows it but them. They declared it on us. They're like, they're coming for you. They're not. They're not. And that guy has no power whatsoever. Whatsoever.
He literally has to ask permission
to even say that.
To have his decisions put out in a press release.
He's like, hey, can I go say this? They're like, yeah, you know what? Go ahead. Say that. See what it does. It's going to rile them up. That's okay. They're not going to do anything to us.
Put a couple extra death to Americas in there, and then you're all good.
Death to Israel, death to America. By the way, the leaders say that. The average person in Iran wants no part of what's going on there. They don't. Go look at, everybody always think that we know. No, really. You don't. It's not as cut and dry. They're in the streets right now. They're pissed. Their currency is collapsed. Right? It's in the dumper. And
there's a very high-profile anti-hijab movement that is going on.
Yeah, you've had that, right? You've had the Tehran is a pretty modern city. It is. You get to the outskirts, it's not as modern, but there's still some big cities, and a lot of these, they want any part of this stuff. They don't. They don't want any part of this lunacy. The problem is power lies with the police and the lunacy and the people who want it. Kind of like what we're seeing going on in Venezuela, where apparently we bombed something. We're not quite sure what it is. It maybe makes drugs. I would like a better kind of, if you're going to bomb something, you should really go, this is where stuff was happening. Not like, well, we think they made some stuff there. We're pretty sure they did some things.
Turned out it was baby formula.
Yeah, we've had that before. Remember that? What was the other one? After the Biden's horrific pullout at the airport in Afghanistan, then we went after the people we thought were the perpetrators of it.
And it was just a family in a car.
Yeah, some dude going out to get milk for his kids. Yeah, that was not a good look. We got to do better. We got to do better than we think they do stuff here. That's not a good thing. Earlier today, though, BB in town for the umpteenth time. And as Bell pointed out, looking a little thin. Lost some weight. Definitely got some nerves because he's got a lot of trials still on it. And they're asking him stuff about, is he going to be pardoned? Because Trump is really, really pulling for him to get pardoned over there.
A pardon? I think he will. How do you not? He's a wartime prime minister who's a hero. How do you not give a pardon? I think it's a very hard thing not to do it. I spoke to the president, and he tells me it's on its way. Mr. President. Can't do better than that, right?
It's on its way. Translation, you can do whatever you want, and we got your back. We got your back. And if you guys don't know anything about what BB did, we're not talking about a few little things here. He absolutely, as corrupt as you can be in these things, including going to the biggest, most powerful news organization and getting them to go after the other side, making sure that they killed any bad stories about him. I mean, it was, this is like serious stuff. And
the rank and file average Israeli is just done with him.
yeah, they were done with him long before this. Because was it before October 7th? Remember there was a time when basically half the country was in the streets because he wanted to disband their version of the Supreme Court. He's had a lot of issues. And so this is nothing new. And, he wants to make sure that everybody knows. And then, he's got Trump here. So, Iran, you guys are next. So be prepared.
I'm not going to talk about overthrow of a regime. They've got a lot of problems that are in there.
Unless, of course, it's Venezuela.
Tremendous inflation. Their economy is bust. Their economy is no good. And I know that people aren't so happy, but don't forget, every time they have a riot or somebody forms a group, little or big, they start shooting people. They kill people. And the people tend to, I've watched this for years, there's tremendous discontent. They form 100,000, 200,000 people. All of a sudden, people start getting shot. And that group disbands pretty quickly. So I've watched it for years. They're vicious people, yeah.
Mr. President, will you support an attack, Israeli attack on Iran if Iran will not have a deal? If Iran will continue with their ballistic missiles and also nuclear weapons?
If they will continue with the missiles, yes. The nuclear, fast. Okay? One will be yes, absolutely. The other was, we'll do it immediately.
Don't do anything. There's no reason for us, all right? How much more spread out could we be? Now we're in Venezuela, then we're over here in the Middle East, and now we're going to give more money and more support. And Bibi's here for several reasons. He wants more support, but he also recognizes he wants the pressure to come to make sure he gets that pardon. But on top of all of those things, he recognizes the fact that 2028 is going to come. There's no 100% certainty that J.D. Vance is going to win or whoever's on the right. You've got a younger generation, too, that's even on the right that doesn't want to spend any more money on foreign wars, and that includes Israel. So there's a lot going on here. So he would love to, because he was trying to get him to sign like a 20-year deal. Like normally you do 5 to 10 years. He wants like a 20 or 30-year peace deal with them, which isn't, that's not going to happen. And trust me, the war makers would love that. Yeah, more war. It's good money in war. Huge money in war. For those of you not keeping score. Speaking of that, apparently, Zelensky, he's out here doing his thing. Mr. President, we're trying so hard to, do his stuff. And this now is one of those things. And this is out here at Mar-a-Lago doing the thing. And he'd agreed to a lot of the stuff over the weekend. He's like, yeah, let's do it. I'll give up some of this, but we want peace, but we want a security guarantee. And then magically, overnight, oh, look what happened. Already you guys attacked Putin and his house. I don't buy that. Putin has all of the cards. All of them. The only way that he is going to change course at this point in time is if you force him to an on-ramp. And nobody's willing to do that. Nobody wants to give him any more weapons here. Maybe the Europeans will, but the Europeans, where are you getting that? You don't have the stuff. So what now? And no matter what Zelensky gives him, he'll find something else because Putin's not interested in giving up anything. He doesn't have to. And day one, I think Trump really thought their friendship was going to go, and somehow there was a mutual admiration society and that magically he was going to go, all right, Trump, let's get this done. No, he doesn't have to. And I don't know if you guys are paying any attention to foreign stuff, but, I took a few days off. I didn't know any. I wake up. It's like, we're going to go to war with Iran, Ukraine. Now you see that China has surrounded Taiwan and doing live fire drills. That's not good. And we bombed a place in Venezuela. Again, could have done some stuff. We're not sure. Maybe yes, maybe no. Maybe. I don't even know.
Aspirin factory. They were making drugs.
That's right. The aspirin factory. That was a good one. Somebody said that earlier. So yeah, because it was the aspirin factory. We did the milk. We screwed up a couple times with some other people, including the guy that was going out. We bombed the milk factory. This weekend, we hit ISIS on Christmas. But the village and the place where they hit, they're like, there's no ISIS here. There's no Boko Haram in this area. So we got to get it right, guys. You know what? I got zero problems blowing up bad people, but let's make sure we're blowing up bad people. Let's not just throw stuff, against the wall and see what sticks. And Maduro knows we can get him at any given time. He knows we can get in there and do some stuff.
And that missile was probably more to remind him of that than anything else.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like, we can do this. And
whenever we want.
Whenever we want.
Whenever we want, we can do this. And you can't stop us. Here's the issue, though, and I've said this for a while. My fear in Venezuela is even if Maduro bounces tomorrow, takes his winnings and leaves. I don't know how much he's got. I'm sure he's got several $100 million. And he goes to Russia and he hangs out with the pooter or goes to China. I think China's offered him, wherever he ends up going. He goes there. You've got people behind him that the incoming ruling government would want to make sure they paid the price for all of their, nefariousness. And so what happens? Well, they're going to just pick up where he left off. They're not going to go without a fight. And so what happens is it devolves into this giant battle. And next thing you know, you look up and you go, oh, this looks just like Libya. Oh, man. Wasn't it Colin Powell is the, you broke it, you bought it scenario. And I don't want that. I don't think anybody does. How about this? No war. We're just going to let it go. Let Iran fall apart. They are in so much trouble between inflation, between the fact that their currency is crashing, shops are closed. They are close to just turning on their so-called leaders. Let's just let that happen. No reason to bring them to a position where they want to then all of a sudden come together because we did something stupid or Israel did something where they're like, we got to take them out. No reason. Let's just let it be and go from there. All right? Let them work it out. Just same kind of thing is happening in Cuba right now. Without the oil, Cuba's in serious trouble. So we're just going to let it all be. And as what's the old saying? If the opposing team is kicking their own ass?
Never interrupt your enemy when they're in the middle of making a mistake.
There you go. Let's do that. How about those apples, okay? How about those apples? All right, coming up, we got some more of the hilarity that is our girl Kylie. Yes, we're not going to be here for Wednesday, so that's White Woman Wednesday. Don't worry, I got some white woman coming to you. I said girl earlier, and I apologize. First of all, I don't even know if you identify as a woman. I could be wrong in that situation. Right? Because sometimes people don't identify that way, so I don't want to be that way.
Well, it just makes you sound misogynist.
It does. Well, always. Misogyny. What I had for breakfast. Coming up, we'll do some of that. Also, some weather. It's nasty out there. It's really nasty in certain areas. I wore flip-flops on Christmas and yesterday, and it's 12 degrees. It's what it feels like outside. Chad Ben's Show, Super Talk 997. All right, guys. Bulwark Capital. My buddies want to talk to you over there at Bulwark. Talk to you about a lot of things. First and foremost, the value investing is what they do. It's what they focus on over there. Lower risk, lower cost, lower volatility. With all the stuff going on, everybody's out there. It's like, anything that's AI, people's buying. That stuff's overbought, and I feel like a bubble's ready to happen. And you start looking at some of these things, and it's uncomfortable out there. So the opportunity right now to get a free risk review in your portfolio from my friends at Bulwark is real. It's absolutely free. It doesn't cost you anything. So this is what I want you to do. Go to knowyourriskpodcast.com. They're going to show you what they're all about. Lower risk, lower cost, lower volatility, giving the most upside potential through value investing, and they do it on a global basis, and it is awesome. Absolutely free to you. Go to knowyourriskpodcast.com, K-N-O-W, yourriskpodcast.com today to sign up for your Know Your Risk portfolio review from my friends at Bulwark Capital Management. Investment advisory service offered through Trek Financial LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Investment involve risk, not a guarantee. Past performance does not guarantee future results. Trek 26351.
Someone who's raised MAGA, I can say with certainty that none of those people are happy. If they are, it's fully at the expense of other people. Because at the heart of MAGA or any conservative doctrine is trying to keep things the same. But the unfortunate part about that is you can't. The only thing that is constant in life is change. And these people are fighting against change with everything they have, all while trying to appease people that it's impossible to appease, because they are deeply unhappy. And the paradox is that they're all living their lives for their approval of each other. Meanwhile, none of them actually approve of themselves. And it's a deeply unhappy and unfulfilled community, and they're so angry at the world. That is why they are so racist. That's why they're bigoted. A lot of them are in unhappy marriages with kids that they don't necessarily want because they were told to have kids because that was their duty. They have a job they don't necessarily like, but they've been working it for 30 years because they were told that, again, that's what you're supposed to do in a capitalist society. And I do believe that.
Benjamin Netanyahu, President Trump meeting, and Metro Police arrested a woman who pulled a knife during a religious debate at a bus stop. These stories and more at 1:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Little White Woman Wednesday. Last week, we didn't get a chance. I'm doubling up this week. Make sure we get it all in. Kylie, tell us some more.
Someone who's raised MAGA, I can say with certainty that none of those people are happy. If they are, it's fully at the expense of other people. Because at the heart of MAGA or any conservative doctrine is trying to keep things the same. But the unfortunate part about that is you can't. The only thing that is constant in life is change. And these people are fighting against change with everything they have, all while trying to appease people that it's impossible to appease, because they are deeply unhappy. And the paradox is that they're all living their lives for their approval of each other. Meanwhile, none of them actually approve of themselves. And it's a deeply unhappy and unfulfilled community, and that is why they are so angry at the world. That is why they are so racist. That's why they're bigoted. A lot of them are in unhappy marriages with kids that they don't necessarily want because they were told to have kids because that was their duty. They have a job they don't necessarily like, but they've been working it for 30 years because they were told that, again, that's what you're supposed to do in a capitalist society. And I do believe that's why, on a deep level, they hate immigrants as well, because immigrants have something that they will never have, which is courage and it's bravery and the willingness to change and start over in a new country. So yes, these people are bitter and miserable, and I hope that brings you some consolation.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Maybe, I think Kylie should open her door to some immigrants.
I think she should.
I think Kylie should shut her mouth.
Whoa! God, with the violence and you're talking and stuff.
I mean, come on, Kylie, you got room?
No doubt. Come on. You're a part-time teacher. Tough streets of Chicago. Dealing with all the BIPOC kids. Oh. My God. I love that. The whole, and you had kids that you didn't want. I'm like, oh. Yeah. That's just, and you're miserable. Who's miserable? Is it just women or is it men? Who's the comic that said, if you want to see the saddest thing in the world? go to a Guitar Center and watch a bunch of guys walk around picking up guitars, streaming. If I didn't have 3 kids, I'd probably be on tour right now with my band.
Was that Tosh?
Was it Tosh or was it no, it might have been Bill Burr.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah. Just go there. Just go there and just watch the sadness. Just super sad. Just guys picking up in their members only jacket, right? Just came from work, right? Got their pocket protector in, driving their 2014 Acura. Just walking in there going, man, we were getting ready to go on tour. We were. This was it, man. That we were going to be so good.
We were going to be big.
Huge. It was happening, guys. It was. Look at us now. I work at H&R Block or wherever. Liberty. Liberty tax. That's it.
Kylie, she sounds happy in this video.
Yeah, she's super happy because she's sitting around. Right? You know why? Because she's a white woman.
No, that makes her mad.
Being delusional can bring you a lot of happiness because when you're not dealing with reality, it makes things easier.
That's a good that right there is spot on. If you're wacky, right? Like if you don't know you did something wrong or you don't know that something isn't right, then you're living life good.
Yes, you are.
Right?
Ignorance is bliss, baby.
The bliss. This is what we always talk about. Who are the happiest people? People don't pay attention to anything.
They have no idea what's going on.
We're at war with what?
Huh? Who?
What? I don't even think that's a real thing. Did you hear about Taylor Swift? What? She's so cool. Her boyfriend's broken, though. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to retire.
I can't see him wanting to go out on a down note, though.
No, I can't see that either.
Yeah, because if he goes out now, it's a big down note for the Chiefs this year.
Yeah. You don't want to go out. You lost the Super Bowl, then you came back, you had a crappy year.
Yeah.
Your quarterback was hurt half the time.
And he's not going to be the same.
No, and they're going to have to retool. But you don't want to go out with like 42 catches, and most of those were during garbage time. You got to come better than that. Or there's just the old saying, leave the game before the game leaves you.
Either that or ask to be traded.
No, I don't think he'd do that.
You don't think so?
No, I don't.
He might not be able to.
No, yeah, it's true.
They may have him locked in.
Yeah, so I think he'd give it one more year. But I think that's going to come down to not just his body, but Patrick, are you going to be ready? Right? Are you going to be ready for next year?
Yeah.
But again, how it usually takes a while to get yourself back.
Yeah, I've heard from football players that once they have to cut you, it's different.
It's a different world.
It's different after that.
It is, and it's always in the back of your mind.
Yep.
It is. It's always in the back of your mind, and
they truly need Patrick Mahomes.
No, they do. Well, if they didn't have Patrick, and then what happened? They bring the coolest guy, Gardner Minshew in, and they blow out his knee.
Blow out his knee too, man.
My goodness. Gardner Minshew he's just awesome. He's a quarterback. Because have you seen him? He's Uncle Rico. As if Uncle Rico made the NFL, it's Gardner Minshew. He lives in a van. He's got a mustache.
And he can throw that ball over the mountain.
He can throw it over the mountain. It is it. He's the kind of guy that didn't get somebody pregnant and have a family and miss out on being the champion. That's what we love about the Gardner, the Minch. By the way, do you ever watch when the quarterbacks give out the presents to all their linemen? So last year, right, if you guys know nothing, Joe Burrow's an interesting cat.
Do they do this for all 3 strings?
For all their linemen, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So Joe Burrow last year gave everybody samurai swords. Like he thinks about this. You know what he gave everybody this year?
What?
Fossils, because he's into dinosaurs. He had him come over to their house and he gave him real life dinosaur fossils. And he had him all built. So first come, first serve to get the dinosaur that you wanted.
Something tells me that Aaron Rodgers and Joe Burrow might hang out together.
Yeah.
Off season.
Yeah.
And it's probably somewhere where they sit cross-legged.
Yeah. I think ayahuasca's in their life.
Yeah, without a doubt.
If that's what you guys are asking. Are you guys thinking there's some ayahuasca? Maybe. You don't know. Oh, my Lord. Coming up. I don't know. Other stuff. You know what I'm watching right now? What's this? This is part 3 of Lethal Weapon? I don't know why all of these are on.
Oh, right.
No, this is Lethal Weapon 4. What's her name?
Who was in
Renee
that
Russo? Was that her?
Yeah, Renee Russo.
She's hot. She's hot. She's
Did you
hot.
see her in the Thomas Crown Affair remake?
Uh-huh. I did.
Oof.
By the way, everybody, go watch Fat Man.
Oh, so great.
Watch Fat Man.
Yeah. It's the one time I'm going to allow you to go past Christmas to watch a Christmas movie. It's Fat Man. You will love it.
Freaking
You will absolutely. I guarantee you will love it. All right, coming up. Maybe we talk Somali. Maybe we'll do Christmas hauls. Oh, these are awesome. We'll do some of those straight ahead. Chap Ed Show, Super Talk 997.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Going to have a deep freeze tonight. We'll tell you about it during the full forecast here in 5 minutes. Drivers, heads up. Got an injury crash. TDOT says it's 24 eastbound right there near Murfreesboro Pike. And then another crash, 40 eastbound at Jefferson Street. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's at President Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate today to talk about the ceasefire agreement in Gaza that is holding, although by a thread. Before the meeting, President Trump said he wanted to discuss the next phase of the agreement. More from ABC News, senior White House correspondent Selena Wang in Palm Beach.
We know that the president's priority is trying to keep Netanyahu in line and advance his very fragile Israel-Hamas ceasefire into the next phase. When the president was asked about phase 2, the president said that they will go into phase 2s very quickly, but there must be a disarming of Hamas, and that is going to be a key challenge. Part of phase 2 also includes this international stabilization force, governance of Gaza with this Palestinian technocratic government. So it's going to be a challenge to get Netanyahu on board with all of those elements.
Metro Police say they arrested a woman accused of making knife threats at a Madison bus stop. Investigators say 54-year-old Jennifer Chamley pulled a silver switchblade during a heated debate about religion near Walmart on Gallatin Pike North. Surveillance video allegedly backs up the victim's account. Chambly charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. And apparently she wasn't even part of the conversation. She just overheard the conversation and got mad and pulled the knife. That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
We're down to the 20s and teens tonight with wind chills near and in the single digits tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, we're in the 30s with plenty of sun. We're back near 50 on Wednesday. Good sunshine as well. Thursday and Friday, it's low to mid-50s. We'll watch for more cloud cover Thursday, then a little rain Friday.
The Wellness Institute in Nashville's awesome. Let me tell you something, guys. They've got something that's cool. Like maybe a spaceship came down and delivered this. I don't know, but they're the only ones in Nashville. They're the only ones in Tennessee. They're the only ones that have this thing. It is awesome. It's called the Hydrowave. So if your back hurts, if you're sitting there, you're like, I got sciatic, and I got a slip disc, I got all this, and you're thinking, 2026 feels like it's going to be like 2025. It's going to be better. You want to know why? Because you're going to get fixed up with the Wellness Institute of Nashville. Go to painisbad.com. It's painisbad.com or call 615-246-5009. Let me tell you about this. It stimulates the cells, right? The stem cells for cellular healing. Repair, restoration, no surgery, no needles, no injections. Then you throw in the fact that you've got Dr. Ashley, Dr. Mitchell, the best around. It is a win-win-win. First and only office in the state of Tennessee to have this new device. It is incredible. So if you think that you can't get yourself up and moving, feeling great again, that it's just, I do not do that to yourself. Get over to the people I swear by. The Wellness Institute of Nashville. In fact, I swear by them so much, my son has back issues. He's coming out here, and he's going to go see them. What? Why? Because I trust them that much, even with my kid who bought me a T-shirt for Christmas at the airport. So that's what I want you to do. Go to the Wellness Institute of Nashville. Get yourself up and running, feeling better. Painisbad.com. 615-246-5009. 615-246-5009. It's cold outside. Just want everybody to know that, just in case you didn't know. I even wore pants today. Pants, I say.
Long pants.
Yeah. Normally, I just come in Speedos. Because that's where you're at in your life. You get to that point in your life, you're like, I don't even care.
Yeah, you just don't even care anymore.
My buddy used to say, I want to be that guy. He's got the belly, the gold chain around his neck, and he's tan as can be with a margarita in one hand, Speedos, walking on the beach with a hottie.
Yeah. That was my neighbor across the street in Albuquerque. He was an old man. He's hung out in his yard all day long with a water hose in the summer, just spraying down his driveway with a Speedo.
Living the dream.
Living the dream, dude.
Giving 0 fucks is what you should do. How cold are we going to get this week, man?
Well, let's see here, Brother Chad. Oh, yes. We're going to get down to 21 degrees tonight.
Oh, jeez.
We'll see a high of 37 tomorrow, then back down to 26 tomorrow night, back up to 48 Wednesday, 30 degrees Wednesday night. We're going to be freezing every night this week.
I know, but there's no snow.
No snow, and that's good.
Well,
That's
Jack's
good.
kind of bummed. He wants snow. But I said, you're not getting snow. Why? Because you bought me a shirt in the airport for Christmas.
Yeah, Mother Nature didn't like that.
Did not.
Who raised that kid?
I don't know who raised that kid. So I watch Christmas hauls. If you guys have never seen them, they're hilarious. And they usually start like this.
Hey, my loves, and welcome to my 2025 Christmas haul. I know Christmas hauls are everywhere right now, and it's kind of become a thing to put that disclaimer at the beginning of the video being like, I'm so grateful, and as it should, 100%. I don't just want to copy and paste that line and put it at the beginning of my video. I genuinely want you to know that I know and genuinely appreciate that this is in no way a normal experience, normal amount of things to get. I am so aware of how...
So they start like that, okay? Now, some of them are in this is a 6-minute Christmas haul. She talks about all the great stuff she got. Then you got some other people who are poor.
Okay, this is everything I got for Christmas as someone whose dad got arrested on Christmas Day. Besides the humbling of my father, I got this Stanley. I know I'm like 2 years late to the trend, but I got one now. As an anemia girly, I'm always cold. So I got not one, but 2 warmies. And these are also warmies, but they're slippers. They're slipper socks. So you put them in the microwave, and then your toes won't be cold anymore. This may be one of my favorite gifts that I got, I'm not gonna lie. I truly am a simple girl. My mom got me a hat that plays music and has a light on it, so whenever I'm doing deliveries, I won't fall down anyone else's steps.
Living the dream right there. Okay? Now this is another girl who she blames Trump for their troubles.
Christmas haul, except we were on a budget because Trump took my mom's job midway through the year. I want to preface this by saying I'm so grateful for everything I got. And then this isn't all I'm getting. I'm getting more next month, but because of a family situation, we're having 2 Christmases. So some of my gifts are being saved for next Christmas. First, I got this EOS cashmere body oil. I tried it and it smells really good.
You get it like the dollar bin.
I also got this sweater. It's very comfy, actually. It's a little itchy. I have sensory issues, but other than that, it's really comfy and really bulky, and I'm excited because it's going to keep me really warm.
Regular people. Then you got the fun people. So this right here is a lady by the name, and I say lady, she's like 20, 21. Her name's Alabama Barker. Ken, you ever heard of Alabama Barker?
Never have.
Alabama Barker. Her dad plays drums for Blink 182.
Well, I'll be.
And
Travis Barker.
And his stepmom is it Kylie?
His wife is Kylie. His stepmom is.
Well, her stepmom is Kylie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Grandpa Ma, if you will, is Mr. Jenner, Mrs. Jenner. You've got the sisters. You got everything. They all got stuff. So let's just say Alabama is doing okay in life. So she's going to explain to us what she got. Now, there's a guy here that breaks down how much all of her stuff cost.
Hi, guys, and welcome to the long-awaited Christmas haul. Slides from Hermes.
$1,250.
These beautiful Uggs.
You guys, I'm actually surprised this is the cheapest item. It's $79.
So, like, fluffy slides.
These slippers look so soft and comfortable. $620.
The chandelier heels are totally like
$1,730.
So she got chandelier heels and these other heels. She went through them, like all the different colors. $1,600 a piece. Like they're nothing.
These Chanel sneakers.
$1,375.
This bag.
$7,250.
Super tea, super cute.
Bro, I don't understand how people pay so much for f***ing t-shirts. Like, this is literally a cotton t-shirt.
It was a Christian Dior t-shirt for almost $1,700.
$1,500.
Like star boots, I think.
$6,200.
These chrome gloves.
$735.
Purse.
This bag being on sale for $13,522 is actually f***ing crazy.
I'm going to tell you guys, I don't know what chrome is. I do now. My kids pointed this out to me. Have you guys ever heard of chrome hearts?
Never.
They make stuff like bags and boxers and socks. And remember, you saw my jogging pants. You saw my pants. Now, I would pay $35 for my velour. Got at TJ Maxx. Awesome Santa Claus things. Wait to hear what she paid for some of these by she, whoever they are.
I got the travel case, and I also got like this little purse.
Okay, so this is the crossbody. It's $1,200. And then this is the traveling case for $265.
Kylie got me this Chanel.
$3,108.
Kendall did her big one. This is so pretty.
$2,990.
This is the first one.
$577.
Chrome sweats.
$1,034.
It's super classic, super cute.
Bro, I don't understand how the sweats go from $1,000 to the hoodie being $5,300.
$5,300 for a hoodie from Chrome Hearts. So I'm on Chrome Hearts. Let's say I want to get you something. You know what I'm going to get you, Belle? I'm going to get you some socks from Chrome Hearts.
$300.
Do you want the... I'm going to get you... They've got ones that are red. Then they've got white. Then they've got black. And they've got the little Chrome Heart things on them. I'm going to get you a set of 3 for $225.
Oh, I was close.
Now, if I have to get you large ones, those are going to go up. Those are $255 up to $300. Now, if you would like some of their other stuff, how about, let's go with, how about a scarf? They're all sold out of the scarf. That was $600. I was getting that for Ken. I know, man. You're going to be super bummed. Let's see here what they got for underwear. So they got, let's go leggings. Let's get you boxers and leggings. So boxers are going to run you $110 a piece. The leggings are going to run you $255. To get the other stuff that she's talking about, I've got news for you guys. You have to go and essentially know the no. Luckily, she knows the no, which is insane how expensive this is.
This really cute chrome bracelet from
$14,000.
vintage Chanel, like
You guys, a $1,000 keychain is mind-blowing.
chrome.
Bro.
The $1,000 keychain is a keychain with a whistle on it, and it looks brass.
Weird.
I want you guys to understand that. It looks like it's a brass keychain that's a whistle. It's a whistle.
Bro, I don't know what price I was expecting when I seen her unbox this Chrome Hearts bag, but it was not $15,200.
My new baby, my new child.
And then the Birkin, I'm not sure if this is the exact Birkin, but this is like a price range, so $24,000. I'm pretty sure it is the exact one, but the pink in here looks like a little bit different than the pink in her video, obviously, because the lighting's different.
So my dad got me this love bracelet.
And then the last and final thing, $32,000 for the diamond love bracelet. So that's everything from the haul that I could actually find. There was so much that I didn't find. So everything that I found in the video brings the whole total to $164,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
It ended up being, somebody else totaled up $200,000+. And she's not the worst.
Well, let's drag her over the coals. You do your haul for Christmas.
Okay. So my son, who I love dearly, he's okay. He's a good kid, I guess. I don't know. I told him the other day, your grades better be better. But he thinks about me all the time. And so I'm going to do my Christmas haul right now. If you guys are looking on the old YouTube. So I just want to thank him for this. This is an original San Diego Airport Tony Hawk Mexican restaurant shirt that he bought right before he boarded the plane. And he was super excited to give it to me with the price tag on it. I also got a great, and so there was that. And then, Charlie, she drew me some pictures. That's worth $1 billion. But I'm not going to lie. I would like her, if she would have went and bought me a Birkin bag, I wouldn't have said no.
But at her age, getting something like that from a child her age is very sweet.
It is sweet, but it's not a Birkin bag. And I told her that. You need to work harder, kids. Right? Harder.
She's in school, not work.
She needs to work harder. Okay? So can I just say this, though? It is amazing to see what people got. But even poor people got some stuff that, they claimed they're poor. But then you look and you think, okay, like for Charlie, like the bigger kids, they didn't get as much as her. Well, Ken, you know this. When they're little, they want cheap things.
They'll play with the box.
They'll play with the box. My cat, by the way, was stoked by the boxes. He thought it was his dream. But when they're older, they want bigger things. And their things are more expensive. The Birkin stuff, I just don't get that. There's a guy on, I've seen him on YouTube, but he's also on all the other stuff. And he breaks down all of how expensive this stuff is supposed to be. And they go like Birkin, and they're selling you an idea of wealth in a lot of these things. Because you're buying the leather from the same place. You're doing all of this stuff. You'd be surprised at they're selling you this idea of what wealth is, and that you have to, it's like if you want to go get a Ferrari, you have to make an appointment, and you just don't get to go buy a Ferrari, right? You could go buy a used Ferrari, but to buy a new one, oh, no, there's steps, because they're selling you this idea. Now, if you want to go buy a Lamborghini, they don't care, right? Because they're the old loud neighbors. But they're always selling you a step. They are. I don't have to worry about that, because my clothes are pretty sweet. Right? This one? Right
They
here?
also act like the product becomes better in some intangible way by the name of the brand.
Yes. That's the big thing. It's the name. You're buying something. It's the brand name. It's the name. You're buying the experience of something, in theory. That you've got something that somebody else doesn't have, and they want it, and it's an experience, and you're saying to yourself, in some ways, maybe I'm better than you. but you're not. You want to know why? Because Belle and I have matching backpacks.
This is true.
Yeah, but you guys don't have a chapstick holder on your backpack like I do.
No, but you know what we do have? Tell them, Belle. We could charge ours. We could charge.
We can put a charger in ours.
I can do that to mine, too.
Dude, you win. God dang it. Was yours $24.99 too on the Walmart?
$2,499.
That's right.
Yours was $2,000?
I'm just joking.
Yeah, there's no way $2,000. Dude, none of us have ever.
Now, the chapstick holder was a little pricey.
Well, that is. Well, you're living the dream, right? Chapstick holder.
Yeah, my wife gets mad at me because I'm constantly buying chapstick because I lose them.
Jack does too. Jack's really into chapstick right now. Is that a thing?
It's addictive.
It is. My ex-brother-in-law, he used to chapstick all day.
I used to have a thing for cherry-flavored chapstick, but I would eat it.
Well, seems like you're on one of those spectrum thingies that we need to have a conversation about. Coming up, more White Woman Wednesday, and who knows what else we'll get to. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7. Prize Picks. Your season may be over fantasy-wise, but let me tell you something. Still opportunities for our good friends at Prize Picks. Now, what is Prize Picks? It's America's #1 fantasy sports app. You choose players based on the projected stats, right? What they think you're going to do. Do you think that, let's say this guy over here, we're going to call him, Steph Curry, is going to make more than 3.5 3-pointers in this game? More or less. That's it. And maybe you're like, you know what, though? I still want to do some football. Then you choose maybe McCaffrey or Brock Purdy. Do you think they're going to rush for more than 110 yards or score more than 1.5 touchdowns? It's just more or less, it's simple and easy. They got different things, including if there's an injury, you have a way to push. What? You can stack them. You can get early payouts. So many amazing things with Prize Picks. This is what I want you to do. Download the app today. Use my code chat. When you do, and you play your first $5 lineup. Lineup is 2 or more. You can play up to 6. You get $50 in lineups immediately into your account. It's that simple. So what are you waiting for? Download the Prize Picks app. Take the knowledge you have and start winning today with Prize Picks. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Must be 21 in Tennessee. Gambling problem. Call 1-800-889-9789.
Iran is a big topic of discussion between Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and President Trump. And here in Nashville, a Madison woman's behind bars. She didn't like two other women and their conversation about religion. We'll tell you about it at 2 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Wait, women didn't like each other? Would they work together?
Yeah, man, this woman, she did not appreciate the conversation these two ladies were having. It's about religion.
Oh, my Lord.
Do we know if she was trying to stab one or both of them?
That's a good question.
God only knows.
God only knows if they'll stab you here. Man, getting stabbed at the bus stop's got to be the worst. Like if you just think to yourself, man, life can't get... Oh, God, it got worse.
And who would have thunk at a bus stop?
I know. Only the best. Only. Oh, Chad, come on. It's not very nice. People... The public transportation. Freddie tells me all the time.
Not only are you getting stabbed at a bus stop, but then you realize this bus doesn't go by the hospital, so I've got to change routes.
It's so weird because New York, you can ride a bus. It's no big deal. I mean, it's not great, but you'd rather take the underground, right? Like, you know, whatever. And other parts of the world, you can go and ride the bus. No, but there's just something about America where you're like, yeah, this is. It's like an AA meeting, but it has wheels. Aw.
No free coffee, though.
No free coffee. But there's a good chance you'll get stabbed.
It never happened at the bus stop in Mayberry.
No, it did not.
That was a dry time.
That was a different time.
That's when Aunt B was waiting for every bus, and she's giving everybody fried chicken.
Goodness me. Aunt B, how about that? She's out there. Now nobody's giving you fried chicken.
No.
No? You know what they're giving you? Probably hep. B. Tetanus. Or maybe a shiv. That story's coming up, among other things. Hour number 3 is on the way. We'll have more fun. We'll talk about the new year. It's coming. What's going on? We're going to break it all down for you. If you're missing the show, you grab the podcast. Hour number 3 of the Chapman Show straight ahead. Super Talk 99.7.
Shame. You should have known better.
Two o'clock on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. We've got the full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. Drivers right now, we've got a crash, 40 eastbound at Jefferson Street, and then injury crash, 24 eastbound near Murfreesboro Pike. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at President Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate today talking about the ceasefire agreement in Gaza that is holding, although by a thread, and moving to phase 2 possibly. We get more from ABC News. Senior White House correspondent Selena Wang there in Palm Beach.
The president also spoke on a wide range of topics. He also spoke about Iran. He mentioned that I hear Iran is trying to build up again, saying that they should make a deal referring to Iran's nuclear program. Now, remember that earlier this year, the U.S. had struck several nuclear facilities deep underground in Iran using those bunker-busting bombs. At the time, President Trump had said that he had obliterated those nuclear facilities. So nuclear activities from Iran also expected to be at the top of the agenda today.
A Madison woman is behind bars after Metro police say she threatened someone with a knife during an argument. The confrontation happened yesterday at a bus stop outside Walmart on Gallatin Pike North. Officers say they found 54-year-old Jennifer Shambly inside the store with the knife. She now faces a felony aggravated assault charge. She was apparently upset at the conversation between two other women. The conversation was about religion, and apparently Shambly didn't agree. A Nashville man is behind bars after police say he threatened to shoot Kroger employees and fought with officers. Investigators say Timothy Patton appeared intoxicated, tried to run away during the arrest. One officer injured when Patton allegedly elbowed him in the head. Patton charged with assault, theft, and resisting arrest. Police say they never found a gun. The news cycle in 2025 was relentless, but ABC's Wayne Cabot says not all bad.
Every year, the Washington Post collects news of hope, joy, and optimism for the year gone by. This year's headlines: a pope from Chicago, GLP-1 drugs cutting obesity, Overdose deaths down 25% from a year ago. No hurricanes in the U.S. Salmon back in a river in Oregon and California after a 100-year absence. Cell phone bans in class. New York City containing rats. Netflix saving Sesame Street. And best of all, there's still time left for more good things to happen before 2026. Wayne Cabot, ABC News.
Back here in Nashville, New Year's Eve celebration at Bicentennial Capitol Mall offering another special alcohol-free zone for families and people in recovery. The so-called sober safe space will be located near the food trucks marked with yellow balloons. Guests can enjoy coffee, energy drinks, and a welcoming environment away from alcohol, organizers say. They say it's all about creating an inclusive celebration for everyone, not just the drunks. That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Merry Christmas. Hope you guys had a good Christmas. Hope everybody's well. I think Brian filling in for me last week. I think Jones filling in for me on Wednesday. And then we're going to have, best ofs? Which will be nice. Nice to relax, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to hear today and tomorrow. Are you guys doing anything? What do we have going on around town? I know they're doing something big. Like ABC's got their, countdown to country Christmas or whatever, or New Year's. Are you guys doing anything crazy?
No.
It's amateur hour. I tend not to do anything. Anyways.
Like New Year's and any Jimmy Buffett concert. Of course, you don't have to worry about Jimmy Buffett concerts anymore.
No. So we're safe there. So I don't everybody's like, what are you going to do? And I'm like, nothing.
I'll probably be in bed by 9 o'clock.
Yeah, isn't it sad? Super sad.
I used to get sad about it, but I'm not anymore.
Yeah.
I'm right there with the Gen Xers who post and say, you know what, old people, back in 85, when you went to bed at 8 o'clock, you were right on.
Yeah, you were. I got news for you guys. Everybody's like, what do you think it's going to be? I'm like, it's going to be, I don't know, Thursday? Something happened?
Let's hope not.
Like, do we
because-
wake up and you're like, oh my God, it's Wednesday. What? What's this day now? There's a new day? There's a new day.
Remember what happened in New Orleans, man?
That's my fear because I saw that they're canceling a lot across the world because of fear of potential terrorist attack.
Yeah.
You can't let them win, but at the same time,
Yeah.
I get it, but no, you can't let them win.
We
it's
don't
like
party over here. It means we've got to go over there to party.
Yeah. And I know they're dropping, is it 2 balls this year? One is going to be this new one that they've designed that's super. This one's good. Are they still going to have the CNN people getting hammered? That is kind of funny when they get drunk.
Well, it is a tradition.
Absolutely.
Oh, my God. Look at Kathy Griffin. You is ugly.
I freaking love CNN's coverage.
Yeah, their coverage is pretty good. You guys can hate them all they want, but I got news for you. It is hilarious because they get hammered.
Andy Cohen and Anderson Cooper.
Yeah, they get and they get just ripped and say just wacky stuff. I knew that. That chick from Real Housewives, her boobs are fake. She's a.
Their chief editor is just watching this going, please, please.
Well, remember, it was either the new year before this last one, CNN decided to, tell them, no, you can't drink. And it just sucked.
No.
Nobody watched.
Yeah, nobody watched. Yeah. I mean, you guys want to, I've been saying to myself, you know what? We should have drunk news. Okay, so let me
we
tell you.
do every half hour.
Yeah, we do. Well, let me tell you guys what happened. You guys want to know, don't drive drunk. So it's going to be cold outside. I was cold once. You guys want to start a business? You're my best friend.
The only thing that cracks me up on the CNN coverage is Andy Cohen's got a big thing with Patti LaBelle. And so he always goes to Patti LaBelle's house, and she's showing the world what they're having for their dinner, as if she cooked it.
Oh, like she's like, I slaved over it all day.
Yeah, she hasn't cooked anything in probably decades.
She didn't even know they had. She didn't even know. She didn't even know they had. I didn't even know I had a kitchen.
Right.
Imagine that. Imagine that.
They usually have Sherry O'Terry on, man. Sherry O'Terry.
She's funny
cracks
too.
Me up.
I love that. But I know here we've got it's Broadway.
Oh yeah.
Have you guys? I'm sure. Have you been to Belle? You've probably been to Broadway on New Year's, yeah?
No.
Okay.
No.
In fact, back when I worked at KDF, that building was on 2nd Avenue, and it was perfect vantage if you climbed up on the roof to see the fireworks from the bridge. So there was literally no reason to go down to Broadway and deal with all that mess and end up having to take a break and jack somebody in the jaw for, doing something stupid.
Yeah, it's amateur hour. I never do that. I'm like you. I'll probably pass out. Like Charlie wants to stay up, but we let her stay up till, but she'll stay up anyways because she's like me. She doesn't sleep. We got the feller with the darts some nights. We're like, but the other kids, they'll go up on the roof and they'll try to watch. They can see some of the fireworks and stuff, and they'll go because we're on Broadway, so it's it's pretty always kind of crazy, anyways. But it also depends on the cold.
Yeah. This is the first year. I mean, Belle, I might be wrong, but I think this is the first year in a while that Keith Urban hasn't played the New Year's Eve bash.
Well, he's played the last 3, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think more than that. But they got. I gotta look it up. Who's
so here's
this
is the New Year's Eve Nashville Big Bash, brought to you by. Keith Urban. There he is.
He is.
Yep. Jack Daniels New Year's Eve live Nashville Big Bash, Bicentennial Capitol Mall State Park free. You've got Lainey Wilson, Jason Aldean, Bailey Zimmerman, CeCe Winans, the Fisk Jubilee Singers, and then down there they've got. Or was this last year?
I think that's last year. I don't think Keith Urban's doing it this year.
No, it says ring in 2026.
Huh.
So
I stand corrected.
We end the year with headliners Keith Urban, Kane Brown, and Jelly Roll.
He's got to be closing that show, though.
You think? You know what? My son, there's last night Saturday night walking through the airport, and this is the beauty of living in Nashville, Music City. There's a dude in one of those restaurants in the airport. People are looking at him. Jack's like, he kind of filmed some of them. It's Hootie. Singing songs.
Darius Rucker.
Yeah, just rocking out. Getting ready for his plane. He's got his guitar. He's like, I don't know who that guy is, but people are looking at him. I was like, that's Hootie. He goes, who the hell's Hootie? Because they
the
don't
leader
know.
of the Blowfish.
Yeah. And I played, and he's like, oh, I know that song. I only want to be with you. Because they sing about the dolphins, Dad. It's my kid for me. Bought me a shirt at the airport. And somebody did say, at least he didn't buy it here in Nashville. I thought, you're right. You're right. That was my Christmas gift.
Now you can go around and tell everybody that you're a skateboarder and you eat at Tony Hawk's restaurant.
Tony Hawk. And apparently that restaurant is only in the airport. So I can't even go out there and get a burrito somewhere else.
Can you imagine what the prices are since it's in the airport?
$406 for burrito. That's why that's why he's working hard, so he doesn't have to skateboard for the rest of his life. So yeah, that looks like it's going to be the big bash. Now that's the one downtown, right?
That's a Centennial.
That's a Centennial. The one on Broadway, which is the ABC one. So they're doing one that is supposed to have Bert Kreischer is hosting that one along with Hardy. You guys know who Hardy is?
No.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you should. Okay, who else is going to be there? So it's going to be at two places. So they're going to have some down in Broadway, and then they're going to go back and forth. I like Bert Kreischer. You like Bert? You guys know who Bert is, right? The comic?
He's hilarious. I wish he'd keep his shirt on, but he's hilarious.
No. So he's got a new. It's going to be basically him with a fake family, but it's about his life and him trying to be conformed to this regular life. It looks kind of funny. It's actually a real. I want to say it's not like it's going to be more of a sitcom, but it's on Netflix. So, and if you know anything about Bert takes his shirt off. And Bert and the great
a lot. Actually, it's easier to say Bert sometimes will put a shirt on.
Yeah. So, and Bert's a big boy, but he's not huge. And last year he got kind of ripped, but he's back to being kind of plumpy. But it's about him and his kids going to private school and kind of the real life that they have with his child Isla, who is hilarious. So, so Bert's going to host it along with Hardy. Who's Hardy? Is he country or is he rock? Both.
I can't remember the song, but I'm almost positive it was on country.
Okay. So, Kane Brown is awful, says one person. Jelly Roll's new music is garbage. So there's a winner. So you're not going, is what you're saying? A lot of Berts. So I like Kane Brown. He's all right.
A lot of positivity on the text line today.
I know. Good God. So, but I will be watching that from nowhere because I'm going to be watching whatever it is that I'm watching on the old television. We got football that night, right?
Football.
We got a little bit of football. I'm excited. We got the playoffs going on.
So are the Chiefs really leaving Kansas City?
Apparently, they are.
Wow.
They're getting a better deal. And again, this is about deals.
So are they like moving from the Missouri side of Kansas City to the Kansas side?
That's what they're doing.
Okay. Probably getting a tax deal or something.
That's exactly it. You know, who's going to fund this giant thing? We've won for a long time, so somebody give us something.
Yeah.
Are they still going to play in the same stadium?
No. They're moving. They're building them a whole new stadium. And they're going to give them everything they want.
That's definitely tax money involved.
Totally. And do I understand some tax money in certain things? Yes, a little. But the thing is, and if you're in a depressed area, right, like you're in Detroit, they needed to do something because Detroit's a mess. You could buy an entire block for like a nickel. I mean, nobody wants anything. There's nobody lives in Detroit anymore. There's crack houses in certain areas. So I understand throwing some money at some stuff, but some of these stadium deals, even here, I mean, everybody voted for it. And you got that stadium and you're thinking, how much is that really going to cost? And then what happens is they give all, like Buffalo's new stadium deal is supposed to be the worst in history. Yeah, it's
$2.1 billion with no roof.
Yeah. So, well, because the whole thing is they want that mystique is they play in the cold and the Bills Mafia. If you guys know anything about the Bills, if it snows and it's going to snow in January when they're playing in the playoffs and they're going to ask their fans, come clean the stadium for us, and they'll go and they'll move all of the snow out because that's who they are. But that guy gets everything. He gets like the parking. They are building it for him and the team. So the billionaire is going to get more than that. Where then you go and look at what they did in L.A., that guy paid for it. Kroenke paid for everything himself for that stadium. That's why it's $5,000 for a beer and $600 to park. It ain't free. Never, ever will my mom say she ever allow the kids to go watch a game there where she's not. It'd be cheaper to Uber them from Orange County to L.A. because it was hundreds of dollars to park. That's insane. More expensive than the ticket in some areas. That's just nuts. Parking's where it's at. I'm telling you guys, that's what we need to do. We need to get some parking things.
We do.
That is so where it's at. If you guys have, who is it? Frank McCourt ruined the Dodgers, LA Dodgers. When he sold the team after he drove them into the ground, he made a ton of money off of it. And he, by the way, financed everything. He got to keep a vast majority of the parking as part of the deal. I'll give the team up, but I want the parking. And at $30 a pop for 30,000 cars a night, you do the math. That's a good life. I don't need that much, because I didn't win the Powerball. I tried. I did. I didn't win anything. I think I won $4.
Should have gone to that little store outside Little Rock.
Yeah, who is it? Bobby Bones, the country guy who won Dancing with the Stars. He's joking that he won it, and people are kind of buying into it. I'm like, he didn't win the Powerball. He could have won $1, and you guys are buying into it.
$900,000 a night.
That's not bad.
$30 a pop.
That's not bad. That's good money. Good God, that's good money.
For a parking area?
Mm-hmm. For Dodger Stadium. That's what he got.
Wow.
For selling, when he sold the team, you got to keep the parking, the vast majority of the parking. Oh, man. And that's how he made a lot of his money as a real estate guy. You remember, was it Fargo? Wasn't that all about the parking spot? Remember, he found the perfect parking spot and they were going to build there in Minneapolis? It's simple and easy, right? It's simple. You build a 3-story thing, you charge somebody, I went to pick up Jack the other night. It was $15 for like 20 minutes. That's insane. It's crazy. It's where it's at, guys, the parking, because it's concrete, it's the white paint, and somebody working at the booth. What else do you need?
Well, you don't even need to pay somebody at the booth anymore. You just have the
QR code.
The QR codes,
that's
and
right.
you got a security guy that does the rounds and double checks everything.
See, that's it. We're coming up stuff, guys. 2026 here. We're thinking of things. We're building out a new business. I'm thinking about starting a preschool for Somalians. You guys tell me what you think. Who's the captain now? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can get you some federal funding for that.
Could you? That'd be nice. All right, coming up, we got some more White Woman Wednesday for you, among other things. You may see the show. We always say Shame on You, go to the podcast. Chad Benson Show, Super Tech 997. Just texted my buddy over at Bulwark Capital. I said, how'd you guys end up doing last year? So we're above, almost 40% above the market. That's pretty good. Wouldn't you like to be that? And the reason is simple. This guy and his team know what they're doing. All right? Imagine working with a boutique group of people who, with my friends over at Bulwark, who understand the market in ways you cannot believe. And they don't sell you dreams. Their whole thing is, it's all about risk management when it comes to your retirement and your money. Lower risk, lower cost, lower volatility, and value investing. And that includes looking at things globally, not just here. We're going to put you in Tesla or something. No, it's not what they're about. They are awesome. Why don't you get a free risk review and sit down and talk with them? Takes a couple minutes. They'll give you a risk review on what's going on in your portfolio. Doesn't cost you anything outside of a little bit of time. Worst case scenario, hey, you know what? You part by learning a little bit more. Or maybe you think, well, there might be something here. Absolutely free to you. It's called a Know Your Risk Portfolio Review from my friends over at Bulwark Capital. Sign up today at knowyourriskpodcast.com. knowyourriskpodcast.com. You can check out everything they do as well. They've got a YouTube channel, Apple Podcast with Know Your Risk Podcast as well. But sign up today for your Know Your Risk Podcast, Know Your Risk Podcast for your Know Your Risk Portfolio Review from my friends at Bulwark Capital Management. Investment advisory service offered through Trek Financial LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Investments involve risk, not a guarantee. Past performance does not guarantee future results. Trek 26351.
All right, drivers, we've got a crash blocking the right lane, 40 westbound, right after Fessler's Lane. President Trump says the U.S. military hit what he calls an asset in Venezuela. We'll tell you about this story and more at 2:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
No, we're not going to be here Wednesday. Doesn't mean, last week we didn't do One Hit Wonder Wednesday. We also didn't White Woman Wednesday. So I want to make sure we make at least one of those up to you.
One thing I realized recently that made me really upset was how many men will still date conservative women. I talk to a lot of people when I go to the bars, and this one guy was going on and on and on about how he doesn't care about the women's political affiliation that he's going to date. And the reason why is because in a city like Chicago, he was reasoning that conservative women probably have less options, so he just goes for them anyway. And the thing that disgusted me about what he said is that conservative women are easy to mold, so it doesn't matter anyways. While this might be true, it still suggests a certain level of compromising his morals to date somebody. It's funny because while I wouldn't have any problem with him trying to convince these women to not be conservative anymore, the way he was coming at it was very much a sort of like he doesn't have respect for women, so it's of course easy to convince them to do whatever he wants. Like it was very much from that sort of angle. So anyways, a lot of men will date conservative women, especially liberal white men, because to them there's functionally no difference between the two parties. They benefit from society regardless. It doesn't matter. Why would they limit their dating options? And that is really unsettling to me and why I am very careful with who I go on dates with.
That's right. Even liberal white men suck.
I think there is caution imposed upon her when it comes to the people she goes out with.
Yeah.
I love how each week she has a different experience.
Oh, yeah. I've never seen anybody who's gone through this much hell and survived. Her trauma. Her trauma must be huge.
Oh.
I want to see her therapy bill.
Oh, huge. The therapy bill. Are you kidding me? That person is building a second house in Maui for liberals. They are. I just remember talking when Trump won the first time. We had a psychologist on and a therapist. We had a bunch of people, and they said, "Look, the reality of guys." The right comes in, and the left doesn't like to understand, acknowledge this. They come in. What they want is, I have a problem. I want to deal with it and go from there. Let's get it done. The left comes in, and every problem leads to a new problem, which leads to it. It's a never ending. It's all about the Olympics of being oppressed and being hurt and being just treated so poorly.
Perpetual victimhood.
Oh,
does she ever have anything positive that she talks about on that social media?
No. It's just basically how much everybody sucks.
She'll never say something like, man, I had a great party this weekend with my friends.
Yeah. Never.
Now, she did say she supported the white male who tries to talk conservative women into being liberal. But she did say she appreciated that.
Only if they are doing it from their heart because they don't want them. Not if they're just dating them because they think they're hot.
Right.
We're guys. Okay? We look over and we see a hot chick. We're like, the chick's hot. And that's it. We don't think anything else. We don't think, I wonder what kind of trauma she's been through. I wonder if she's a vegan. We just think, wow, she's got a banging ass. Chad, honesty. That's what that is, kids. That's honesty right there. We're the easiest creatures to figure out. All right, here it is. We're like the shark. We eat, we swim, we make little babies. There's nothing else to us, guys. Okay, there isn't. We're not complicated. I don't always have to talk. It's like I see these women, sometimes I just want to, because what happens when a woman comes to you? It's just like, she wants to talk to you. First of all, it's going to last way longer than it should be. This could literally be an email. This could have been a text, right? Because we're 7 minutes into the conversation. I have no idea what's going on. Okay? I love my wife, but it's just, get on with it already. The second thing is, you don't ever, we want to fix stuff. If it's broken, we want to fix it. If there's a problem, we want to fix it. You just want us to hear about it. What?
And even if we have an idea on how to fix it, you don't want to hear it.
No, God, no. No. You just want us to know that we heard you had a problem. And we're just like, what do you want me to do about it? Nothing. I just wanted to tell you that. Are you going to fix it? No. I just want to tell you there's a problem. So nobody's fixing it. And then something goes wrong. What happens? We get blamed for it. Ugh. You know it too. Guys are going to start texting and going, you're absolutely right.
You don't want it fixed. Why are you even talking about it?
Yeah, no doubt. It drives me crazy. It does. I'm telling you. It's just tell me the story. Can you make it? Can you abbreviate it? I was watching a Family Guy the other day, and she had a dream, and she tried to tell Peter, and it was just crazy. And then she fell into a gorilla pit, and they were coming to kill her. And he goes, Lois, tell them about your dream. And she started talking about the dream, and all of them went away.
She fell into a gorilla pit.
As you do. She was at the zoo. He's all, tell them about your dream. Oh, my Lord. Oh, goodness me. All right, coming up. Who knows what we'll talk about? Whatever it is, it's going to be damn fun. That's who we are. Chad Bench Show, Super Talk 99.7.
2:30 on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. Again, drivers, we've got a crash blocking the westbound right lane of I-40 there at Fessler's Lane. And President Trump says the U.S. struck an asset, as he put it, in Venezuela that he claims was tied to drug trafficking. Before meeting with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at his Mar-a-Lago estate, the president told reporters the U.S. military struck a facility responsible for shipping drugs. It would be the first known attack on Venezuelan soil since U.S. attacks ramped up on Venezuelan ships in the Caribbean.
They load the boats up with drugs, so we hit all the boats, and now we hit the area. It's the implementation area. That's where they implement, and that is no longer around.
No longer around, he said. Meanwhile, that meeting with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Here's Selena Wang.
We're also expecting Iran's nuclear activities to be front and center in these discussions. This comes just shortly after Iran's president said the country is, quote, in a full-scale war with America, Israel, and Europe.
Russia claiming that Ukrainian forces have targeted one of the homes of Vladimir Putin in a drone strike. Ukraine has denied this, with President Zelensky calling it another lie from the Russian Federation. ABC News contributor and former Defense Department official Mick Mulroy says Russia may be putting the pressure on the U.S. and Ukraine after the two sides held talks yesterday.
I do think this is more about their concern that the United States and Ukraine are getting closer and closer to alignment when it comes to what this proposal should look like, and the fact that we should enter into a ceasefire to be able to begin negotiations in earnest. They don't like that, and I think they just use this without any evidence that it happened, because it didn't actually happen, as an excuse to do so.
That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
There's still some time, people. With Busy Bee. Plumbing, heating, cooling. Let me tell you right now, okay? Federal 25C tax credits, part of the Inflation Reduction Act, gives you up to $2,000 to install a new central AC and furnace, or $3,200 for a high-efficiency heat pump. Do not wait, though, right? They expire by the end of the month, so you got to get in. You got to call them. They say, we might need this. What can you do? Now, check this out. We can stack. What do you mean? TVA Energy Right rebates worth hundreds of dollars on select high-efficiency units. Then Busy Bee sweetens the deal. Extra $1,000 off any new HVAC replacement, 15C or higher, thousands of dollars savings, federal credits, TVA rebates, and Busy Bee's own discounts, all working for you. But do not sleep on this. It ends soon. And by soon, I mean a few days from now. What? Call Busy Bee, 615-775-7833, or visit busybhvac.com today. Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Your comfort, our mission. All right, USS, that's United Structural Systems. They're ready to help you, just in case you've got issues with your foundation, your crawl space, basement wall stabilization, you name it, they can help. They got experience in everything you can think of. All you have to do is go to USSTN.com to check out everything they do, and that includes foundation repair, crawl space repair, sinkhole repair, concrete lifting, emergency foundation repair, basement waterproofing, mold treatment. We can go on and on and on. They can do it all. Now, as it starts to get colder, worried one day, the pipe's freezing. Yikes, we don't want that. What happens then? What if there's cracks in the foundation and all of a sudden you got mold and wood rot? You don't want that. Have them come out, give you a free inspection, right? And make sure that something that might be small doesn't get big. Call them today, 615-488-7855. That's 615-488-7855. They'll come out. It's not going to cost you anything. They aren't going to sell you anything you don't need. So take the opportunity to get them to come out and give you a free inspection. 30 years in business, 30,000 happy customers. Check them out online at USSTN.com or call 615-488-7855 for United Structural Systems. Oh, a lot of you guys are saying you're right on with that. I like this one. Marriage tip: when your wife's story's too long, hold your arms out and act like an airplane. It's a visual cue to land the plane. You're welcome. You think that's going to go over well? There's this guy that gives hilarious marriage tips online. I don't know if you guys might have seen him. He's hilarious. But he says crazy things like, let me give you a tip. When your wife is screaming and yelling, the best thing to do is tell her to calm down. He's kidding, of course. Speaking of kidding, Rob Schneider.
You're either with the Liberal Party and you take a Mark Ruffalo. He could say whatever he wants against Trump and he'll still get work as an actor. But if an actor like me or says anything or even questions or dares question the tribe of Democrats, that's it. You're out. You're out of Hollywood.
Well, first, let's pull back here. Mark Ruffalo, he's a good actor, right? He plays pretend really well. He does. He takes serious his craft. He plays pretend really well because that's really what acting is. Acting is, why children the best actors? Because they play pretend better than anybody else. I like you, Rob, right? He's a good dude. I've had him on my show numerous times. I don't know about you being that actor, all right? I've seen some of your movies. I love you, brother. I'm not saying that, you're a bad actor, but continue, sir.
Did you know that before you opened your big mouth?
Well, not to this extent. I mean, when Hillary Clinton lost the election and I tweeted, I haven't seen the Democrats this angry since we freed the slaves. That was something that went pew everywhere. And then, they didn't like that. I remember my old boss at Saturday Night Live, Lorne Michaels, would say that the Democrats are more sensitive and they don't have quite the sense of humor to laugh at themselves as Republicans. And I think he was right.
I think that's true. I do. Now, I think that has changed since Trump's been in office. I think a lot of people out there, especially when it comes to Trump, you can't poke fun at, Trump. And people get all upset, and here's the thing: you can't take it personally. I get called stuff all the time. Do I take it personally? No. I mean, you can't, and you should be able to laugh. I've always said, the more that you can laugh at yourself, the more that you're well adjusted to handle things. If you're sensitive all the time about, things and always, that's not a good place to be. You're living in too much of emotion. I don't do the emotion thing with that. That's not, because I'll say some stuff. Like we poke fun at Trump for the whole renaming of the Kennedy Center. Because it was funny.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. Some people say I should be on Mount Rushmore. That's it's out there. He's just dreaming. He's trying to figure out where he could build his statue. He is. It's going to be great. It's going to be the best. My head's going to be bigger than everybody else's.
It'll be twice as large as anyone else's.
There'll be a cafe and a greeting card, festival of fun inside of it. You can go there. Make sure you go through the gift shop. He'd put a gift shop in there if he could. If he could put a gift shop at the White House, like a real gift shop, he would. It's funny. Don't say anything about our leader. No, it is. That is funny, though. He would. But I saw somebody the other day who had done a mock-up in clay of Trump as the fifth head.
Where did they put it?
I think they put it on the left side. That's right. Wherever there's the biggest side that you could put a head. That's it. If you could put it over here, then, that's what you want. If you could put it, he's got to have, because it's him. I mean, my God, look at what he's doing with the ballroom. You can land an airplane in that thing.
And we're going to.
Yeah, he does. I'm going to keep my airplane in there that they gave me from Qatar. They gave it to me, not them. That's what he wants to. He wants he's trying to figure out how he could take it.
Yeah, because legally, you as a president, you cannot keep a gift over a certain amount of money. Can you?
Yeah. It's like even with the whole the plaques. Like, what's that about?
Trolling.
It's all it is trolling, and then the next guy's going to come in and take something down. Like, why? And it's so bizarre. Some of it, it is, and I like it. Like I like a lot of what he's done. I think it's been good. I also think there's some stuff in there that I question. And part of that is because I don't look as Trump. I look at it as the office itself. I think the office should be above a certain level of certain things, if that makes sense. I think when Trump goes to some of these levels, I think he comes down. When they go after him, in certain ways, I think that it hurts the office and it hurts, all sides. It is funny. He put some plaques. Reagan was a big fan of Trump. That's what he put. Reagan was a big fan of Trump.
He liked me.
Reagan was, and he talks about himself now in third person. They're always coming for Trump. You're Trump. Oh, my Lord. That is funny, though. So,
Jimmy really likes you. Jimmy would like to ask you out.
Yeah. Somebody said, wherever there is the most sacred to the tribe, that's where he'll want his head. Is this your tribe? Fantastic. Is it sacred here? Yeah, this is where you buried your dead. Don't worry, I'm going to put my head on it.
I hear there's oil.
Totally. Even today when he was talking about blowing up that thing in Venezuela, he's like, we think they're doing some stuff in there. What do you mean you think? That's what, that's not, we're not doing you think. You have to know in certainty to even make that. And yes, we make mistakes, but you're not even trying.
It had nothing to do with drugs. It was him making a statement. Yeah. You are in our crosshairs.
They let me push the button, too. It was pretty exciting. I did it on Christmas. Just like I blew up all those ISIS people. The people in Africa, like in Nigeria, they're like, there's no ISIS in this village. Not anymore.
You're right.
Oh, Chad, that's not very...
There's not any village in this village
anymore.
Not any more
village in the village. Man, it's tough out there when you're living in a village. Like, it's tough.
Got to call into Mr. Beast for a well.
That's right. Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast. I know Jimmy. He's a good friend of mine. Invited him to the White House.
This cut from him, man, where he says, they load the boats up with drugs, so we hit all the boats, and now we hit the area. It's the implementation area. That's where they implement, and that is no longer around.
Why would you not hit that first?
He's just making stuff up. He is. This is what we do. I don't like the fact that Zelensky ordered an attack on the pooter. I think it's very bad. It's bad wrong. You know what? From what I understand, so all of those plaques, he wrote all of that stuff. He just dictated to somebody. If you go look at the plaques, in the middle of it, it'll put capital letters, Biden crime family. And then it goes back to a regular. And he put the picture of the auto pen.
Yeah.
As if he's not pardoned people. That's not a good look either. It's not. Oof. Again, I just want I think the presidency should be above kind of that, line. And I think that when he does stuff like that, and again, he's great. He's the greatest troll we've had in politics.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
There'll never be another like him.
No, which is what the Republicans are going to struggle with. Because no matter how much JD is, they're going to come after JD hard. He's not Trump. And even if Trump endorses him, and look, yeah, I got a lot of MAGA friends. They're exhausted by this. That's the other thing. Trump's got a shelf life when you work for him. Because it's exhausting.
You've got a shelf life when you work for him.
Yeah, everybody does.
Dude, he's like some of the media, like, the White House press corps.
Yeah.
They say he wears them out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like, he never sleeps. So he'll be up and around on, some of these trips around the world. They said he'll be up and around in the middle of the night, and all of a sudden he'll want to talk.
Yeah, and he talks to anybody.
So they got to get up and go up to where he is, and he starts talking.
And it's funny because Trump will tell everybody how much he hates all the media. And then Jonathan Carr will go, well, I called him on the phone.
Yeah.
Right? The night he won. And what did he do? He picked up. Right? He picks up the phone and he goes, and he talked to me for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll talk to anybody.
Yeah. Somebody's calling. It's probably very important. They're going to get it wrong. But the whole thing, and now he's threatening to sue because there was like a jazz band that didn't play the Christmas concert.
Right. Yes. Yeah, they didn't play the Kennedy Center.
So now they're threatening. He's threatening.
He's going to sue him. Well, for what?
Because they didn't want to play the Kennedy Center because you put your name on it. And my favorite thing, though, is his reaction. I can't believe I was nominated for this. You nominated yourself.
Well,
this is my surprise face. It's funny. And then everybody runs around. Now, Congress, in theory, has to do it. And the Kennedy family wasn't thrilled.
No, they're...
including Bobby wasn't thrilled either. He was like, this is a posthumous thing that was given to Unc here, right?
Yeah, and RFK, he's getting enough grief from the family.
Yeah.
He doesn't need any more.
Yeah, he is getting enough. He is totally getting enough from the family. I can't believe this is happening. People keep saying he should run for president again. No, he's past this. He's past that.
They'll bring that bear.
That bear story. The worms in your brain and the bear story are enough to say no.
That bear story.
Yeah, and I just...
Somebody ran over it with a bike.
And I brought it in the back of my truck or my van or whatever it was. And then I remembered, oh my God, I have to go to the airport because I'm flying somewhere. So I'll just dump it in Central Park.
Which is probably not that uncommon.
Who says that, though? Right? It's like, what's her name? She wrote her book. She goes, do you think I should put the, which is Immigration Barbie. Do you think I should put the fact that I shot the dog in there? Oh, no. I'm going to.
Yeah, I'm going to do it anyway.
And then I'm going to run for
go
president.
Over well.
Yeah, this is going to go over well. That didn't go over well, by the way. Giant brainworm. That was right. Giant brainworm. So... Giant brain worm. Super brain worm. Oh, goodness me. But I do, the Republicans, you guys are going to struggle. All right. Big time. Because the MAGA people, the letdown is like after the guy. Like, Freddie Mercury, once he was gone, you could put Adam, whatever his name, up there. It ain't the same.
Nope.
The only person that would have gotten away with something somewhat entertaining enough where you can go, oh, would have been George Michael. Even though it wasn't, the voices didn't sound the same.
Right.
At least he was big enough. But Adam Lambert, sorry. And J.D. Vance, you don't want to become that Adam Lambert. And Ted Cruz is thinking about running. Oh, God, please. Please, please, please. But he's a good conservative. Yeah. Nobody likes him. Even if they like him, they don't like him. That makes sense. They're like, Like, at least with Trump, you're like, he drives me crazy, but he's funny. So there's that. Right? And just when I think I can't stand him, he says something funny. Like, they put it on the boat, they take it off the boat, maybe they put it on the boat, then there was a boat, and then and we blew the thing up.
It was for implementation. It was where they implement.
It's so true. All right, we're going to wrap it up straight ahead. I don't know if Cam's going to come in or not because Matt is not here. Matt is off this week.
I saw him earlier.
He did. He was just coming by for something, but you didn't see him. That's what I was told. He wasn't here, but Cameron is here. So maybe he comes in, maybe he doesn't. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 997. Na 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 na. Wrapping it up. Cameron in, Matt off this whole week. It's going to be great. Matt's off. Can enjoy himself. Doesn't want the terrorists to win. That's why we're going to bomb Iran again. You don't want the terrorists to win, do you? No. Nobody does. I'm pumped. It's the new year. I get excited for the new year. As I get older, the Christmas stuff. I love that for the kids, right? Because I like to see their faces and it's all that. It's just they're super pumped. But for me, I'm excited. So tomorrow, that's obviously Hot Take Tuesday. We'll have more White Woman Wednesday, but we're doing it on Tuesday. But we're also going to give our predictions for this year in all things. Politics, pop culture, all of that stuff. We'll look back at some of the people we lost this year. Bridget Bardot passed away.
Yeah.
What's his name? Died from The Cure.
Yeah,
the guitarist, wasn't it?
The guitarist, yeah, he died.
He started out as a tech for them in '85, and then he would fill in with them, just from time to time. So in 1990, they just said, "All right, dude, you're a member."
Yeah, you want to be a part of the band?
That's how Billy Powell joined Leonard Skinner.
Yeah, I mean that's sometimes that's the way it is, right? Because they're short somebody, and you're there a lot of times, and you could play their music. You just want to hop on and do this. Sure, I got nothing going on. Because I drove here in a van with you guys.
He was young, man.
Yeah, he was.
64?
Yeah. What did he die of? Did he have cancer or something?
It seems like that was the case.
Yeah.
I got to look at that.
And Bridget Bardot died. She was, 92, 91?
Man, she was gorgeous in her day,
she was.
boy.
Very gorgeous.
You can't really look at that as a negative, though, because that 91, that's a pretty good run.
That's a hell of a run.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. I mean, it's not like it snuck up on her.
No. Like today, if somebody came to you, unless you're 91, right, and they said, hey, 91, that's going to be your checkout date. And you're like, all right. I mean, that gives me some time, Gives me, almost 40 years. I'm good with that. So, but, some of these people that pass, and you're like, wow. Because you get into that thing now where, look, when you're 25, you're like, so-and-so died, what did he die of? You're like, because
like that actor that died last week that was 36.
Yeah.
I forgot his name, but.
There was, you had a couple. You had the guy that committed suicide. That was a little different. I think that's what happened. There's been a couple of them that have, you're just like, oh, and some that had cancer early on.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa.
Well, and I'm telling you, man, I can't get over the way Gene Hackman died.
Yes. That's awful.
Well, and Rob Reiner, too. I mean, these long careers, these lives, especially Hackman. He was in his 90s, right?
Yeah, he was in his 90s.
And this is how he goes.
Yeah. But his wife had? She had hantavirus. And then she collapsed and she ended up dying. And he, because he had, was it dementia or Alzheimer's?
Alzheimer's, yeah.
He didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
And so he just died along with the dogs.
Yeah.
That's a nightmare. That is a horrible nightmare. But
go ahead.
I just, like you said, she was 91, Bridget Bardot, smoking.
Right.
And she was surrounded by family. Not dying in a room by yourself when your wife's dead in the other room.
That's a good way to go.
When you're 40.
Yeah, when you're 40. Ooh, good God.
Yeah, Perry Bamonte, the keyboardist and guitarist for The Cure, it just says he passed away at home from a short illness.
Yeah, usually
I haven't seen what the illness is.
The cancer or something like that. Probably. Horrible. But tomorrow, we're going to have a lot of fun as we wrap it up. Tomorrow's our last show of 2025. So we're going to have predictions, hot takes, more White Woman Wednesday, and who knows what else. Who knows what war will start tonight.
Ken will do the news drunk.
It's going to be great. 3 people from Kenya. They did something. We're going to go after the Kenyans next.
They were implementing things.
And I've also put my name on the Golden Gate Bridge. It's the Trump Bridge. You guys have a good one. We'll do it again tomorrow.